Everybody, how are you doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Music Exposed. And I didn't have a one-liner for that. Fuck! Let's do that again. Wait, I need to think of something. Wait. Okay. Hello. Hi.
Okay.
Welcome to a show that is totally awesome and Music Exposed.
How come I never get to do this intro?
Okay,
What's up with
you do
that?
it. I'll mouth you. Wait.
All right.
Why is this taking so long? I'm trying.
Why is it always...
Okay. You do it. Okay, I'm mouthing it. You're me, yeah?
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Music Exposed. You're on the show today that is 100% recyclable plastic product. You should always recycle plastic. Anyway, how are you? Hi, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Oh my God, Mom Jazz, Underslop, Darth Rips, Patatune, Sikorama. Oh, hi. Good to see you all. Hope you're doing well. Let's get to it. Fall into your mic stand now. Nailed it.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Yes. Hi.
Perfect. Yes.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Oh. What's happening? Wait, what's happening to you?
Yeah, I'm half body. Yes. Hi.
Hello.
How are you? I'm amazing. That was a really strong intro today. I give you some credit for that.
Thank you. That was a really good intro today. I mean, we need to do it differently every day, right? I think.
Every day we're doing Music Exposed every day now.
Every day that we do Music Exposed, I think.
I do Music Exposed every day.
Every day, bitches. Anyways, who are you and who am I? I don't know. Listen, we're gonna switch things up. I'm gonna tell you guys who this guy is, and this guy's gonna tell you who this girl is. So. Hello.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to the Silence Noise. The Silence Noise is a very...
Welcome to the Silence Noise? What?
He's a handsome man. Look at him and his beard and his eyes and his hair. He ladies and gentlemen, get him now. Look at him. He is not available, but he could be available in your dreams. Anyways, the Silence Noise is super awesome. He streams on Twitch. He is a very, very brilliant songwriter, and you should really, really buy his stuff and commission him because he's a brilliant songwriter, lyricist, and just fucking hilarious streamer. And he also has the cutest smile. Hi.
I also conditioned my hair today.
He conditioned his hair today just for you, ladies and gentlemen.
I was ready.
For your dreams.
My hair was going a little crazy. That's right.
Yeah. For your fantasies.
I know that in your dreams and fantasies about me, chat, when you're not, waking up vomiting from those things, you're always hoping that I have very, very soft hair. You want me to carelessly whisper into your ears? Done.
Yes.
My cock small.
Yes. That
is a great name, by the way. My cock small.
I love Mike. Mike has the best name. Listen, this man is right here, the best in the best entertainment you will get. So fucking follow him right now. Twitch.tv/The Silence Noise. And also follow his Instagram. Instagram.com. Is it .com? Yeah, Instagram.com/SunfireTV. Please follow him there.
I have a really good social media person who handles all my stuff over there. She does such a killer job. It's almost unbelievable how well she does. I mean, she has way more followers than I would have had on my account alone.
She has more followers than you. Yeah,
that's amazing.
She's big time.
She does such a good job.
Yeah, she does. She does a very good.
I'm very grateful that she's such a good steward of my Instagram.
Anyways, that is the Silence Noise for you, ladies and gentlemen. He is your man of your dreams, and you should go follow him right now.
Yeah, sure. Anyway,
he will be your daddy. Also.
I guess is that what we're doing today?
Yeah, and now you present me. Hi.
Oh, well, this is our amazing co-host Sarah Jazz. She's a professional musician and saxophonist. She's also a hilarious variety streamer, though lately she's really been trying to bridge her way into the music category. I think she's like, I'm done with the just chatting dregs of the internets, and I'm a person that I really need to move on to the high class territory that the silence noise brings so much class to in the music category. But not only that, she's played with some of the biggest names in jazz. She plays the saxophone like a beast. She's a beast mode on saxophone. She's also a fantastic songwriter. She's dropped some incredible singles, like her most recent single, Animal Crossing. You can find that on Spotify.
And on Amazon Music from today on, by the way, just saying.
Yeah, and on Napster as well.
Yeah.
Please listen to Animal Crossing on Napster. Yes. And then also listen to Boy, her previous hit single on Napster.
No, it's not on Napster. Boy is only on YouTube.
You didn't put it up on Spotify?
No, I didn't put it up on
why?
Spotify.
Is
because copyright things.
Share,
copyright things.
Oh,
anyways, whatever. Continue.
But anyway, she is a magical saxophone. She has a magical voice. She will sing you any song request that you have, unless it happens to involve Peter Cetera in any way, in which case she will clearly avoid playing it. She has a 300-song list, but she only plays about 30 of them. You know, understandably so. Thank you so much, Cynthia.
Professional saxophonist.
That'd be Sarah Jazz over there.
Wow, thank you. I like how you.
Previously, hold on. Previously in the top 50 Just Chatting streamers ever, on the fastest rising Just Chatting streamers on Twitch.
Yes, that was a long time ago, and I'm sad and I'm depressed since that isn't a thing anymore.
Well, let's not talk about things that make you depressed. Let's talk about things that make you happy. So,
anyways, Absinthium, sorry. Absinthium, muito obrigada pelo resub. Thank you so much. I've missed you, Absinthium. Beijinhos. Yes.
Beijinhos bananas.
Beijinhos bananas.
So instead of talking about things that make you sad, I want to talk about things that make you happy. Mm-hmm. Namely, since today's guest is one of our biggest guests of all time here on the show, the Fantastic Plastics. And one of the things that most people associate the Fantastic Plastics with are a decade of music. Most of them are probably going to heavily associate them with the 80s, maybe some early 90s, because they throw some early 90s covers in there. So today I came prepared. I came prepared with a question for you, and I wanted to see exactly what you thought. What would you say if you had to pick a decade of music is your favorite decade of music, and why? What is it about that decade that stands out to you?
Oh, the 95 to, let's say 95 to 2005. Let's say 97, let's say 97 to 2007, something like that.
Why 97? Why is 97
I don't know.
I
don't know. But listen, like let's just say late 90s to early 2000s. That's my decade. That's my preferred decade of music.
That's less than 10 years. Why is it less than 10 years when it's a decade?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes, obviously. Did I say early 2000s? No, late 2000s, obviously. Did I say?
So 97 to 2007, that's your decade?
Kind of.
So explain it to me. Why is 97 the first year? What is it about 97?
I have no idea. I just threw in a random number.
You're like, it's my favorite decade.
It's also 7 is a good number always. 7 is a good number.
Oh, I see.
But also so late 90s to late 2000s is my favorite decade, to be honest. Like
why?
90s
so explain why. Justify your choice.
Because that was the era of amazing hip hop. That was the era of amazing hip hop, of amazing R&B, of amazing rock, of amazing everything. I think that was when music had its highest peak. Like it was everything. Like there was on the radio during this decade. You could hear electro, EDM. You could hear electro pop. You could hear trip hop. You could hear hip hop. You could hear R&B. You could hear even soul. Like there's such a big variety. You could even hear funk and some jazzy tunes, a little bit of blues too. Like it's just such a and also elements of classical music too. So it's just such a great great time for music in general. There was also like a lot of good metal bands and rock bands, and it was just a perfect time. I think.
I don't know. I couldn't disagree with you more. I
It's so
actually think the late
eclectic.
90s. I think the late 90s and early 2000s is probably my least favorite period of music. I think the vast majority of rock bands that were big at that point sucked.
Ugh.
And most of the bands that were big from the early 90s and that period at that point were releasing music that wasn't as strong as their earlier entries, so they were kind of fading away. So, yeah.
We were all working towards WAP. To be honest with you, we were
yeah, that's
all
exactly
working
what it was.
towards WAP.
All of music
Yes.
has been building towards
WAP.
somebody knew back in
Yes.
in the late 90s. There's going to be
Yes.
a pandemic in 2020.
Yes.
And so, you know, we've got to get Cardi B ready. We've got to genetically engineer her
Yes.
for that. You know, it's
Yeah,
true.
no, because WAP, like, think about songs like Sugar, Sugar, do-do-do-do, Sugar, Sugar, you know, and things like
What the hell is that?
You don't,
What
you
is
don't
that?
know those
What is
songs.
that
That's
song?
not your type of songs, but those are my type of songs, okay? Or like, and I'm so sick of love songs, so tired of tears, and things like that. Neo and Ja Rule and
I have
and
no
all
idea
those
what's happening
and all
right
those
now.
beautiful people. I mean, Dr. Dre was a little bit before, but also like Eminem. You know, like Cleaning Out My Closet. What a fucking classic, dude! Cleaning Out My Closet. Listen, it's just so fucking good. Like Eminem, like these are the really good people that were in the 90s, 2000s. Were Eminem, you know, all those fucking amazing people, or just Houston, you know, with like I like it like that, you know, and things like that. You know, those
Why
lyrics.
does that sound like Ghostbusters? What is happening to you right now? What is this?
You know, and
I
then
don't
there
even
was
know-
like
I don't
50
even know what's
Cent who's
happening
going
right
to the club, you know,
50
and
Cents.
he just has a candy shop and all of those things.
Are you just gonna throw Ghostbusters in behind everything now? And then 50 Cent
Yes.
dropped his hit. That was a Ghostbusters remix.
That was my childhood. That is very true, Matt. Yes. But listen, that was the time. That was the time where you just catch me riding dirty and shit like that. You know, Chingy and all those people. You know, those are all fucking.
All songs are the Ghostbusters theme.
Yes.
Totally agree.
Listen.
Totally agree with that.
The thing is, these were amazing times, and also Linkin Park. I know you don't like Linkin Park, but
don't like Linkin
Linkin Park. Linkin Park, fuck yeah, Hybrid Theory and Meteora, fuck yeah, you know, just fucking all of that. It's just all of it's. I love it. It's amazing. It's just everything I want in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay.
Linkin
So
Park
Linkin
was the
Park,
beginning
so-
of the end.
I agree. In the end, it didn't even matter. And they were right. It didn't even matter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Chester made me big sad. Same. I cried for a week
You know what's
after he
interesting to
died.
me? Speaking of that is they just recently released. I don't listen to the radio hardly ever, and I just got my car back and I was driving to the store the other day, and I've heard that they're starting to release new material from Chris Cornell, which Chris Cornell
really?
was the far larger loss for me.
Yeah.
As compared to Chester Bennington, and I know that Chester Bennington, they're saying a lot of that was attributed to
Yes,
Chris Cornell's
yes.
death. And yeah, they just released a Chris Cornell cover of the Guns N' Roses song Patience, which I actually don't mind it that much. But yeah, Chris Cornell for me. I don't know. For me, I would probably say it's a really hard choice because there's the 70s as a whole, you know, especially the progressive rock era. If you're looking at like 68 to 78 is some of the is up there. But for me, I'm probably going to have to go with let's call it 85 to 95. I might even say 84 to 94 in there for me is probably the best decade of music. Because obviously the early 80s was kind of the doldrums of sappy, crappy, post-disco adult rock like Christopher Cross and that kind of thing. But a lot of my favorite music does come from that era because it's really the birth of new wave. You have really strong punk movement and all that stuff.
Yes.
But it really starts
True.
getting realized in pop music and popular music as a whole around the mid 80s at that point. And so you start seeing the maturity of new wave. You start seeing the underground scene really start to gain a lot of steam. And the reason that I go all the way into the mid 90s is exactly what Chat was saying earlier, is to capture grunge. Now, I'm also not a huge Nirvana fan, which I know is very controversial. I feel like Nirvana, in many ways, obviously they shepherded the movement, but Nirvana made it pretty clear that
agreeing with you. I can't. Best music, 85 to 95.
Jazz,
no,
85 to 95 is probably about it, because
Listen.
you have grunge coming into play at that period. And you get amazing albums from Soundgarden, from Alice in Chains, the whole Smashing Pumpkins. Garbage comes onto the scene at that point. You just have so many amazing bands.
This is the difference.
What's the difference?
Your decade is for old people, and my decade is for young people. I mean, I'm not young anymore. The difference is boomer, millennial. Boomer.
Do you know?
Millennial.
I am a
boomer,
millennial. First of
millennial.
all.
Boomer.
First of all.
Millennial. Boomer. Millennial. Boomer. Millennial. Boomer.
So it's like, I have no
Millennial
defense
boomer.
against any of that thing.
Millennial. Boomer. You're such a boomer. You're such a boomer.
Yeah, and I agree. Far After Ever is totally right. 80s is extra. Actually, I'm a Zennial, apparently.
You're a Zennial? What the fuck is that?
They call it either a Zennial, which is basically people who are born on the cusp of Generation X and Millennial, or you can also be called the Oregon Trail generation. So I'm in the Oregon Trail generation.
Oregon Trail generation. Well, that's not a thing in America, in Europe. Sorry.
Well, yeah, because clearly you didn't have Apple computers and play Oregon Trail in school.
Yeah, we didn't.
That's how it works.
I mean, all I did is have a.
I don't care about showing my age. I'm not embarrassed about my age. And I would think that anyway. I lived through all of the 90s and all of the 2000s. In fact, I was so tuned out. It's funny because when you were describing music on the radio in late 90s, I don't even think I really listened to the radio from basically 1998 until about 2005. Huh. Basically, I thought most of what was happening in that period was so bad.
What?
I hated most all of it.
What?
You had the fucking horrible nu metal nonsense with bands like Limp Bizkit and
But how about beautiful songs like Who Can Say I don't know the lyrics. Only time. You know those things.
That isn't Ghostbusters at all.
Well,
I mean, I was expecting you to be like, how about beautiful songs like Well, guess what? Ghostbusters comes from my era, so
yeah, that's true, because
era
it's 80s.
Clearly is superior because Ghostbusters is in there.
I mean, Ghostbusters is 80s. Yeah, true. I wasn't born in the 80s, so you know.
So why do you have? I wasn't born in the 70s, but I have a great appreciation for 70s.
I mean,
music.
I'm a jazz musician. My music is the 50s, 60s, like 50s and 60s.
I don't care about making enemies at all. I make enemies every week on this show. In fact, I cause this show so much in anger that I don't really care. So listen, for me, whatever.
This is where people realize their hate for the silence noise.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's just how it is.
At least your sister likes me. That's all that matters, I suppose.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Okay. What is this now?
Oh, wow.
Oh, at least your sister likes me. I mean, at least your sister likes me.
That's true.
Yeah.
But she hates your music, too, so.
She does?
You're not going to have any.
She hates jazz? But I don't do a lot of jazz. That's the interesting
she
part.
She doesn't hate jazz. Listen, we're talking about decades. Stop getting off topic. So at this point, we're not talking about jazz. We're talking about late 90s to late 2000s pop music.
Yes, because it's amazing. Because you guys don't have an appreciation for good music.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, we don't have an appreciation for good music.
No, the 80s are totally better with the 808 fucking drums, like, and a little bit of synth in the background and be like, like you're probably like Blondie. Blondie is probably your favorite.
Blondie is amazing. Yeah, no problem with
and
Blondie.
ABBA is probably also your favorite.
ABBA's also
God.
amazing. Got no problem with ABBA.
ABBA is like, oh, I love ABBA. Ooh.
They're not in that. ABBA's the 70s, though, asshole.
That's true. But that's all. But you said you said 85 to 95.
I said 85 to 95.
Yeah, okay, fine, never mind. But anyways, you were like the disco era. No, disco era was the 70s. But like 85 to 95, it's
how are you a musician and you don't even know when music happened? You're like, back when jazz was big in 1993. You know, that was a very long time ago. Louis Armstrong, when he was born in 91,
he was
it was
born
really
in
crazy.
91.
It's really crazy how that happened, you know. I agree. The 70s are also great, which is why I said it's very close.
Yeah.
Because for me, if you track, you know, the 70s as a whole through the progressive rock era. That's why I said like 68 to 78 is also a massive period of
I loved it when
what?
Black Sabbath played in 1720.
That's true. When they played Iron Man with Beethoven,
Yes.
it was really sweet.
Yeah.
It was really good music.
Sarah's
I enjoyed
roasting.
that.
I'm just slowly realizing you got my viewers or people that are viewers on this channel are old people. You guys are all old people. Says me, who is turning 30 on
Underslop
Wednesday.
is way younger than you. First of all, he just has better taste in music than you do.
No,
so that's all
no,
that we have.
no. Shut up.
Underslop is the wrong generation, and that's why he hangs out in my chat.
No, he's one of those hipsters.
Underslop knows what's up.
He's a young hipster. He's one of those like, oh, I'm 22, but like I
The wrong
totally
generation.
love people like I don't know, fucking who are the people who did Rhythm as a Dancer? Rhythm is a Dancer.
Who's the guy that did Ghostbusters? Ray Parker Jr. Yeah,
That's my favorite song.
that's true.
You know.
I know. Ghostbusters is clearly your favorite song. I understand.
Yeah. I mean, I love all music, by the way. I'm just over exaggerating.
That's the most
obviously.
neutral statement in the world.
I do.
love all music. Bullshit, you do.
Listen.
Who's someone you hate? Tell me someone you hate. Don't tell me who you love. Who's someone that you hate when it comes to music?
I don't. There's a lot of jazz musicians that I don't agree with.
No, give me someone you hate. That's bullshit. You have to have some song, somebody that comes on the air and you're like, ah, and then you change the station immediately.
Well,
Who is it?
Probably most Coldplay songs.
Yeah, I know. We argued about that
Yeah,
last week. I
probably
still disagree with
most
that point.
Coldplay. I actually don't mind Nickelback. I don't know why people hate on Nickelback or why that is such a
Nickelback
meme.
sucks.
What?
They're terrible.
No, Nickelback had good
They're
songs.
terrible.
Shut up. They had like one song in
What
their
good song-
entire
what-
career,
they had
but
one
like.
song. Yeah, they had
Yeah.
one song that they wrote 52
Well,
times,
that's
and
like
it was
the
horrible
career
the first
of
time, and it
most
was horrible
fucking one-hit
afterwards.
wonders. It's like Megan Trainor or whatever. She did like 4 or 5 songs that were
Who
all the
cares
same
about
song.
Megan Trainor? Are we really holding up Megan Trainor as a bastion of music right now? Is that the point
No.
you're trying to
Who
make
we
right
are-
now?
listen,
You're like, man,
you know
if
who
more
we are-
artists could be like
No.
Megan Trainor, this world would be such a better
So
place because it's
no.
all about that bass.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something, okay? I'm gonna tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
I forgot my point.
All right, I can tell Megan Trainor is a beacon for what
Yeah,
music.
yeah,
Well,
the beacon
I'm
of
surprised it's not
music.
Madonna.
The beacon of
Madonna.
music 2020 is clearly Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. Tell me about that. What do you think about that
thank
song?
you, no,
I
thank you.
showed.
I think that song is garbage.
No,
That's
it's
what
not.
I think about
I
that
like it
song.
so much. I listened to it today again.
You can like it. What is it? Why does my taste have to influence your taste in any way?
Ninja,
Like,
thank
to
you
me,
so
I don't
much
care.
for the
What's up,
raid.
Ninja?
I
Thanks
really
so much for that
appreciate
raid.
that. Please go follow Ninja. He's very random. Thank you so much.
I agree. Underslop, Megan Trainor, and Vanilla Ice are my only music inspiration. Hey, listen,
Ice-T too.
His cover of Ice-T is way harder than Vanilla Ice. Come on, that's too street. It's too street. If we're on Vanilla
I mean,
Ice,
Tupac is amazing.
It's way too street as well. You like the late. I like earlier hip hop than you do. So for me, again, if you're looking at hip hop, to me, the golden age of hip hop is really the early to late '80s. It's like that. The hip hop that's way more influenced by breakbeat and by dance music and by soul music, and the samples are more like that. I'm way more into that shit than I am into modern hip hop.
Yeah, I am.
Like,
I mean,
to me,
I'm not
lost
into.
it.
I am into modern hip hop, but I do love 90s hip hop. Like, like I already said, Eminem, all those people.
You're still skirting my question. You're like a politician. Answer my question. Who's the artist that comes on the radio and you turn them off immediately? You're like, who is this?
Thank you for those follows, by the way, guys. I don't know. Who do I hate? I don't know. There's like people I hate in every genre, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, name some. Why wouldn't you name them? Why are you afraid?
I don't know. Right
afraid
now I
they're
can't
watching
think
you?
of anybody.
You're like right now. Okay, I'll give you some.
Okay.
I'll give you some for me.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you for the bit
so
sessions.
for me,
Thank
so
you.
for me, there's really 2 right now. Thanks so much for those bit sessions. So number 1, and this will probably always be my number 1, Journey. I fucking hate Journey. I could go the rest of my life.
I don't know what Journey is.
Without. Journey does Don't Stop Believing,
Oh,
Open
Don't
Arms,
Stop
Separate Ways,
Believing.
anything. Journey, I cannot fucking stand Journey. They're a band that could literally be launched into the sun, and I would not feel sad about it.
Sarah better not
And then-
hate what I like.
That's fine. John and Josh, I ain't scared. I ain't scared of John and
Yeah.
Josh. All they're
That's-
gonna do is flirt. So Journey is one for me. and there's this great quote that I can't remember. I think it was Nick Cave or someone who said this. I think it was Nick Cave actually who said this, who basically said, whenever I'm driving in my car and I'm listening to the radio and I have the thought, what is this crap? In general, it's the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and that's another band for me. That
I mean, no, they have some good songs.
They do. I actually think that the Blood Sugar Sex Magic album is good, but I could go the rest of my life without ever hearing the song Under the Bridge again.
Yeah.
I never need to hear that song again the rest of my life.
Yeah.
That album does have good songs, and I respect them as musicians, but at the same time, it's just they're so like.
Red Hot Chili Peppers is a great band with a shitty singer. Yes,
that's very true.
That is very true. That fucking sums it up. I don't know who I hate. Like, there's jazz musicians I hate, but that you guys won't know who it is because it's very like in-depth jazz people. But I don't know. I don't know who like. There's I don't know. Sing me a song and I'll tell you if I hate it or not.
Sing me a song, you're the piano man. Oh, no, wait, hold on, I'll sing it. If there's something strange in the neighborhood, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! When will Meghan Trainor... My question is when will Meghan Trainor cover Ghostbusters? Because that'll be the peak of music, okay?
No, listen, we need to talk about WAP because we haven't talked about WAP, and WAP has been making the world just divide, you know? So I am a WAP fan.
Who cares? Who cares about WAP? That's the question.
Everybody cares about WAP. People have you not noticed this? People talk about WAP, and I thought about this yesterday, which is very interesting. Because people, even it doesn't matter in what streams or something, people will actually chat about WAP. They will be like, WAP, or people will be...
Oh, God, ICP is horrible, Stream Dad. Anyway, continue.
But WAP, everybody has been talking about WAP, even in non-music streams. Like, people have been like...
Half the people don't even know what WAP is. Your chat room right now is just like, what the hell is happening?
What the fuck is WAP? WAP by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. Yes, it's the wet ass pussy. Bring a mop and a bucket for this wet ass pussy. Macaroni in a pot. That's the song. It has been making. You guys are. Oh my god. Have you guys been living under a rock? Please sing it. Please do it. Please.
I can't. I've seen it all.
Bring
at
a
once.
mop and a bucket for this wet ass pussy. Just do it with that. Just please.
The only reason that I had to hear it was because you forced me to watch it once. And I will give that. I don't like the artists in that song. I will say that there was funny stuff in that song.
Yes,
I did
that's
think
why it's so great.
It was partially funny. I don't think it's so great though. I don't think there's anything memorable about it.
Yes, it is.
Like, I think the only thing that's memorable about it right now is that most people aren't releasing music right now that aren't independent artists. And most people are too lazy to support independent artists, which is why we do a show like Music Exposed, so that people can find out about them.
I agree.
So at this point,
I agree.
Like, one of the things that drives me crazy right now, it drives me absolutely crazy, is when people will say some shit like, oh, there's just no more good music today. There's no music today like there used to be. I actually think now is the golden era of music that we're both talking about. Like, I have a great appreciation for the decades that you're talking about. But right now, we live in an era where it is so easy to find amazing music. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of amazing bands that are out there playing and touring right now. The issue is discoverability.
Yes.
It's like you used to be able to turn on the radio and you used to be able to hear the most popular song of the moment or that kind of thing. There's something to be said for curation. But if you're willing to dig in, which I always have been because I'm kind of a hipster, you know?
Yeah.
So at this point, well, you know what I mean. No one's touring right now. True. That's as true as well. But especially, you can find gems that, I obviously found my favorite band in the world in the past.
Thank you so much for the raid.
Yeah.
Go follow Sun at Instagram.com/SunfireTV. And
my
comment.
social media person is here.
What are we commenting on her post, on her recent post?
Go comment, have the best October ever.
Have the best October ever.
She needs to, Sunfire needs to have a better October. I know October is not a great month for her. Now, here's the thing about October. October is a great month for us because You were born this month. You were born next Wednesday, basically.
Is that great, though?
It's great. And then, so we both were inflicted on the world in October, because for me, I was born on the 18th. So 2 weeks until my birthday. So we're all here.
Yeah.
But Sunfire TV is an amazing social media person. She does such a great
We
job.
talked about you when we
Instagram.
started the stream. We actually talked about you. I mean, not only your Instagram, but how like efficient and awesome you are at social media, and how we need to learn from you in that regard. But go follow Sunfire if you don't know her already. She's fucking amazing. She's not only super funny and super talented on the drums, but she's also gorgeous as fuck. Muy caliente.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the thing that happened. Hey, how about we sing her the Ghostbusters song?
Yes.
No,
Come on. I wanted to do harmony again. Come on.
Okay. I know, it's true.
Why the Ghostbusters song? Long story.
Because it's the greatest song of a generation. Obviously, Ghostbusters is the peak of all music, and when Meghan Trainor inevitably gets around to covering the Ghostbusters theme, we know it's going to be the greatest song in history.
Not again. Hey, son, by the way, what is the decade? What is your perfect decade? What do you think is the best decade in music? Because I said like late 90s to late 2000s. Silence said 85 to 95. What would you say is the best like decade of in music, you know?
Not to be confused with I Want a New Drug. They won a lawsuit over that too. I know that Huey Lewis sued the hell out of Ray Parker Jr. for that, which is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
65
90s.
to 75 is a strong contender. I will say that.
70s,
65 to 75, 1780s. It's true. It's true.
I mean, that's
true. We needed more religious chamber music.
Yes.
You know, that's not
and
represented
out of
enough
tune
in our
instruments. Love those.
Yeah.
Love those.
I agree.
Yeah.
Listen, the instruments just needed to reflect how smelly the people were at the time.
Yeah.
You know, that's always what they say. If you actually had the ability to time travel,
Thank you,
what would
Warrior.
overwhelm Phoenix, thanks so much for that.
Thank you, Warrior.
for that,
Muito obrigada por dar o sub, DJ
gifted
Phoenix. Thank you so much.
Yes, but so at this point, I think that most people, when you talk about time travel, have no idea how bad the past smells. Even if you just went back to 100 years ago, to like the late 1800s or even the early 1900s, most people, that's, you know, they just have no idea how bad it's going to smell. So 1780, probably the worst.
Yeah,
it's true.
I mean, I wanna say something though. I want to say something because I want to go back to a point you made that there's the best music is now.
Yes, I agree.
I don't agree with that. I think the best music was always, but the discoverability wasn't as big as actually you're saying like, okay, people aren't on the radio, but that was always a thing. It was also always that the people who are, you know, who grind the most, or like not only grind, but who grind the most in terms of also contacts, you know, having the right contacts, going to the right people and stuff like that, and who are the luckiest, those were also always those that were on the radio. There were always amazing bands and amazing musicians. The only thing is that nowadays we're more aware of it because of the internet. We're more aware of it because there is more, people can post it on SoundCloud, people can post it on Spotify, like all those things that you could not do. And MySpace too, back then, you know, just the internet makes it us more aware that there is so much amazing music in the world. And there always was amazing music in the world. And I
don't agree with that at all. I think most people have most people have decision fatigue at this point, in the sense of, who the fuck do you know? Chat, I would love to see, type a 1 in chat if you know someone who's ever, you know, you ever handed your phone over, you handed the aux cord over, and they're like, hey, listen to this great band I heard on SoundCloud. Fucking no one on planet Earth does that. No one has ever been like, yeah, I discover all my best music off SoundCloud. No one does that shit. That's total bullshit. At this point, most people just listen to the same.
There are a lot of musicians who got discovered
100 songs
on SoundCloud
over and over. That's what really happens. Most people just listen to the same 100 songs over and over and over from whatever decade they're from. Occasionally a new song might sneak into the mix at this point. But at this point, I think that's they'll say that, but I'll be like, SoundCloud.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone listens to stuff like that. I wanted to speak, Valker made an interesting point, and I wanted to read this. is not into cookie cutter formula marketable music, and Twitch is such a haven from the major labels like to put out there. I couldn't disagree with that more. I think 90% of the musicians on Twitch not only play the same style, but they play the same songs.
True, very
90%,
true.
Like in every stream, I guarantee I could go to 10 music streams right now and request Creep, Zombie, Hallelujah. What we're saying? Country Roads for some.
I feel
new
attacked.
One. I can go to 10 different streams right now and get Sensitive Woman on an acoustic guitar plays me Zombie.
Yes.
Very sensually.
Yes.
You know, I could get that. I feel like
Zombie.
what proliferates, it's the same thing. It's who the fuck stream can I go to? Whose stream can I go to get the Ghostbusters theme?
Yeah.
Who's playing the Ghostbusters theme? It's Halloween month. I want the Ghostbusters theme. Thomas Frank, I'm coming to your stream, Potato Frank, and you better play me the Ghostbusters theme.
Yes, he will. Thomas Frank will. He will do that. Yeah. I will do that too. I will play you the fucking Ghost. I'll play anything. The thing is just
new donation goal. New donation. You need a new like epic sax.
The thing is
style
also,
goal.
but you gotta one thing.
Listen,
wait,
you need it.
You need to understand one thing, because I am the thing is also what people request. This is a mirror of time, to be honest, because all those streamers will play all those same songs because people keep requesting the same songs. People all over Twitch, basically all the viewers, are requesting Creep, Zombie, and all of those things.
Sarah said she'll play anything but ignores 99% of requests. True.
That's very true. I that's just how I am in real life too. I just ignore people. I'm like, hey, what time is it? And then stop listening. And I'm like, did you tell me what time it is?
You're like, hey, did you just sing the Ghostbusters theme to me? Because that's all I can hear right now.
Yeah.
I'm just walking down the street. Yeah. Mom, all I can hear you saying right now is if there's something strange in your neighborhood. Yeah. I know who you're gonna call, okay?
It's like this is how you act with me. Like in real life, I'll just talk to you and be like, hey, what time is it? That is an inside of my brain right there.
That's true. I get it. Why don't you have it for this month? I feel like you need to put this in place. You need instead of Epic Sax Guy, which I know you'll have in there, you need to have a donation that people can make you play the Ghostbusters theme on the saxophone.
Yes.
What is that? What should that amount be? What should that amount be for Halloween?
I don't know.
Because you've already got 666 and 669.
Yeah.
What's a Ghostbusters number?
What's a ghost? $666.
That's why I was saying, but you've already got it.
Yeah, no, 666. That's fucking that's never gonna happen then, because nobody donates 666. I mean, nobody does that. I mean,
someone please donate $6.66 right now, so she has to play the Ghostbusters.
No, 666.
Oh, 600.
Yeah,
that's too much.
Because 66.6. Yeah, I like 66.6.
Okay, I agree. I like 333. Only half evil. That's a good idea, Bacon. I'm with that. I think that's true.
666. I mean, this channel has gotten way bigger donations than once, but still, 666 is like once in every 5 years.
We're actually going to talk about that. That's a great question. Do you have any ideas?
Thank you for the
Euros. Now play IT.
Now play the Ghostbusters theme.
That's
you have to now.
That's dollars. That's dollars.
Do it.
No.
So what? Do it.
I don't know.
Oh my God, you're the worst.
Fine.
You're the worst.
Fine.
You're the worst.
Wait, I need to find. I never played the theme, so here you go, I guess.
Here we go. This is exciting. The world premiere.
No, that's not it, right?
That's the wrong key. Yeah.
What do you mean that's the wrong key? There's never a wrong key. You can play anything in all 12 keys.
Watch Sarah figure out things on sax. There you go. All right, we'll go with it. That's fine. Chat says it's in B major, so there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Anyway, you got it. This is a good question. We're going to talk about this on a dedicated stream. Do you have any ideas about doing better on Twitch if you're not doing what everyone else is doing, Mad Poet? We're actually going to be doing a whole stream on what we call streamer issues. Sarah's been just calling it the burnout stream, but we're actually going to talk about all sorts of streamer issues on that stream. It'll probably be this week, but the answer number one.
Obrigado, Warrior. Thank you. I've never played that.
Make friends in the community.
If you think that
Why are you talking over me so much today?
I don't know.
We have to yell over each other today.
Yeah, we do. sorry. Listen, I'm just very talkative today. Okay, I'm sorry, but thank you, Warrior, for the bits. I just wanted to say, if you think I'm a bad musician, I never played that theme before, so fuck off, okay?
Did you send Fantastic Plastics the Zoom link? They're asking in the chat.
Yeah. You guys are early, guys.
You guys are no, they're not. They're not early at all. They're 10 minutes early, which is when they're supposed to be.
Yeah, I was about to say.
How dare you be on time? How dare you be on time?
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
How could you do that?
Okay.
No, it's
there
true.
You go.
I agree. I think it's important. People want to know how great of a musician you are. You are judged. I know a lot of things. I know a lot about a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of jazz musicians. I came up in a family of jazz musicians, and they measure the level of your jazz skill by how well you play the Ghostbusters theme. It is true.
Yeah, it took me like a minute to figure it out. So I guess I'm not in the elite, you know. It took me a minute to figure it out.
I like how you've confused Fantastic Plastics now. They're like, how early are we? I'm like, you're not. You're on time.
No, you're
Shut
on
up,
time,
Sarah.
but nobody is ever on time. That's why I'm like, okay.
Yes, they are. Everyone is. Most people are on time.
That's
Sarah
not
is
true
the one
because
that's late
I'm always
for everything.
late. So if I'm always late, everybody else is always late. Because I'm the one who starts the show and who controls the show. I'm the cameraman. I'm the producer. I'm the cutter director. I'm the director. Like I do live. I do all of this live. Okay, I'm the one who starts it and who ends it because I have control. So if I'm late, everybody else is late. So that makes sense, right?
I clearly don't do anything.
No, you do everything. I'm just saying live. You do everything other than that. Silence actually works more than me because he knows all those things. He does the website and bulletin board and all those things. But I do everything live. So if I'm late, everybody else is late.
I can't play the Ghostbusters theme on saxophone.
Can you please play it on your guitar right now?
Musician.
Do you have your guitar?
No.
Why not?
No, I'm not ready. I don't have it set up.
No.
So no.
Okay.
No. Sarah Jazz's boss. No, not really. But so we'll ask the Plastics this question because I think that I want to hear what their years are. I'm wondering if their years are going to be similar to mine or if they're pure 80s.
We're going to ask them and yeah, but that should be our
we didn't
first
ask
question.
chat, but you only asked Sunfire rather than asking the whole chat. So chat, since I want to wrap up this point while we get I don't know how to read tab potato. Like I know how to do real music things. Like I'm a real musician. What do you think I am? I'm not a real musician. I don't know notes.
Yes, you are a real musician. You are a brilliant fucking songwriter. Shut the fuck up with that shit.
I'm the worst.
No.
But anyway,
you think I'm a real musician? I can only play the saxophone.
Tell us.
Okay.
Chat, tell us what was your favorite decade.
Yes,
so 87 to 97 for Forever. I want to see, or should we? I would love to. It would be cool to put a poll, but the poll won't be in between years like what you've got. I am a real marketing person. I suppose that's true. Don't make me choose 80s, 2010 to 2020. That's an interesting choice. I give you credit for that.
Interesting, Fluffy.
That's a choice I wouldn't have expected. See, like I said, I mean, for me, some of my very favorite music of all time has come out this decade too. Now, do I think it's music that has dramatically influenced, the pop music scene or anything like that? I absolutely don't. But I think the indie scene right now is ridiculously strong.
Yeah.
It's just, there are so many amazing bands out there right now. 75 to 85, also strong. Everything with Led Zeppelin. I'm also not a Led Zeppelin fan.
You're
That's another
not?
fight I get with people.
What?
Nope. I don't like Led Zeppelin.
Next, you're going to tell me that Jimi Hendrix is not your thing.
Jimi Hendrix is fine.
He's fine?
He's fine. He's fine.
Oh.
I mean, I listen to more Jimi Hendrix than I would Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin is something that comes on the radio and I turn
Santana?
it off. Santana's fucking amazing.
Okay, good. Oh, you saved yourself.
Especially 70s. But you know what? Santana, late 90s, fucking garbage. The Rob Thomas song and that Michelle Branch shit and all that shit, fucking sellout garbage.
Yeah.
But 70s Santana, fucking amazing.
Dude, Pink Floyd, though. Pink Floyd has amazing stuff.
Floyd's one of my favorite bands of all time.
Pink Floyd is so fucking amazing. They sometimes have, I don't know who the saxophonist is. They sometimes have a baritonist that is so fucking amazing. Oh, I love
Us
it.
Us and Them isn't. I was saying, Plastic Josh, who's on next week, we got to talk to him about this because he did a Pink Floyd tribute stream and he did all of Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah.
And I was trying to suggest that he needed you to do the sax part for that song.
Oh, David Sanborn did. Interesting. I didn't know that. I never was a fan of David Sanborn until you just told me that.
I love Queen as well.
Queen is okay, but we already discussed this. Queen is the best band ever.
See, I don't agree with that.
No, it's the best. Listen, Queen is better.
I'm other bands in that. You can try to yell over me all you want. It doesn't mean that your opinion is going to influence me or make you right.
No, listen, I'm going to say something, and all of you will hate me. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
I don't care.
Are you ready? Mm-hmm. You're going to hate me too. Queen is way more skilled and better, and the better band than the Beatles.
That's easy. That's not even a challenge. I totally agree with that. How is that controversial even at all? I think Queen.
Much love.
Queen is a group of phenomenal musicians and songwriters. I'm a huge fan of Queen. Do I think that they are the best band ever? No, I don't. And I've brought that up before. I think there's challenges in there. I would really need to think it out. I can't remember. We had this discussion offline the other night where we were talking about that. I think Queen is amazing, but I agree. I actually would argue that the Beatles are probably better songwriters because I think Queen has a lot of not great stuff in their catalog. Like, I think they have a strong era where they are particularly strong, and then I think they have much weaker eras where they don't have material. I agree, Underslap, that when they hit, they really hit. When they're not great, they're really not great.
Yeah.
So that's
Radiohead is the best band for Atlantic. Okay.
I think they're fine. They're another one for me. Like, I don't like any Radiohead basically past OK Computer. I think Kid A is ridiculously overrated, and I think most of their stuff afterwards is kind of like, like, it's okay. There's some stuff in there that's okay. I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
Beatles wrote better songs. I mean, they're more Beatles wrote better songs than Queen. Yeah, they were nerds, and that's why I love Queen, because they're all nerds, and I love nerds. Nerds are my favorite people. What?
See, I agree with that because Valky, actually, you reminded me of my point. If you're talking about studio bands and live bands, I mean, if you look at, I think that you could argue for Toto as being one of the best bands as far as the composition of musicians. I think you could argue Rush in that point. I think you could argue, oh my God, if you look back at the Motown studio band in the mid to late 60s, that might actually be the most competent band of players of all time.
Yeah.
There are so many incredible musicians that played on that. It's interesting. There is a really great, for those of you who like stuff like this, there is a phenomenal video, and I will try to find it and post it in the Discord, where somebody brought a band together of modern musicians and they tried to recreate the Motown sound.
Yeah.
Like I think it was they did a number of Motown hits, but I recall Ain't No Mountain High Enough, where they brought in other singers and they brought in the band. And it just shows how ridiculously skilled the musicians that played on all those Motown tracks were.
Yeah.
I mean, just so far beyond. I mean, but that's what they did. They hired the greatest musicians in the world, essentially, to do that. MC5 is amazing. I grew up in Detroit, so of course I know MC5.
Detroit.
So MC5 also.
Okay,
amazing.
I hate to interrupt you. Although today I've been interrupting you a lot. I'm so sorry.
Literally interrupted me every sentence I've said today. So
I'm sorry.
I'm fine with it.
I apologize.
I'm fine with it.
This is me apologizing. And this is my...
See, I agree, Thomas Frank. We talked about Brian May when we were having this conversation. We had this debate off stream. We should have had it here on Music Exposed.
Yeah.
Because we've already discussed this, so we didn't have the heated reactions that we had
we
the other night.
We should maybe sometimes stream our conversations that we have on voice chat. We should maybe sometimes just...
We've talked about that.
Start the stream.
Everybody is... Okay, now chat has told us over and over and over that they want us to do shows. Like, I know everyone loves Music Exposed, and they love the podcast, and we're going to be doing that forever. But I've had so many people reach out to us and say that we just need to do more conversation streams that are just you and I.
Yeah.
That I know that a lot of people in the chat just want us to do more like that. So we need to do that for sure.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And also, what I'm going to do now is present these two beautiful, beautiful, amazing fucking people. And I'm so excited to have them on. Are you excited? Silence. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
Are you excited?
I've been there since the beginning on Twitch. I'm excited.
Yeah, Silence is very excited because he has been talking about Fantastic Plastics for ever. He was
That's
like,
true.
the moment we started doing, when this show came together.
Oh, they were reached out to.
Yeah.
We reached out to them in our very first
Yeah,
group.
you
They
were
were the
like-
first group of people we reached out
Yeah,
to.
Silence was like, we need them. We need them on the show. We need them on the show. We need them. I want to reach out
And
to
this was
them. I
even
love
before,
them. I love
like
them.
they were growing at that time, but they weren't what they are now, which is like Twitch demigods now to some extent. So they were growing, and I mean I knew from the beginning that they were gonna hit. So
Yeah.
you know, I'm definitely Cloud Chaser. Thanks.
Yeah,
It's
true.
me.
Well,
Let's introduce them.
thank you so
Yes!
much, Silence, and I will show to you now and tell you now who these amazing people are, and they're going to show it to you. I welcome our... I can't English today.
Could you introduce them even longer?
Yeah.
Could you be like, hold on, wait. And soon coming up, we
Yeah.
have this amazing,
Okay,
fantastic,
listen.
incredible, amazing group of amazing people.
Fantastic Plastics!
Hello, everyone.
Greetings, Earthlings. We're the Fantastic Plastics. We're super stoked to be here. We're going to play a few songs for you. We're just going to bang them right back to back. We're going to play Bad Day, it's an original. We're going to play Code Red Cold, it's original. And then we're going to play Overtime, because it goes with the show.
And I missed my cue. Here we go. Let's try that one more time.
Oops. This song is called Bad Day. What's wrong with me? Why am I in this bad mood? My head kinda aches because it's a crummy day. Ooh la la la, ooh la la la, ooh la 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 la. Ooh la la la, ooh la la la, ooh. Guess we're having a bad day. I'm not feeling right. Watching TV all day and night. I'm okay, doing fine. Everything's just dynamite. In shadow, bridge, there ain't fire. TV says I'm sick and I don't know why. I'm okay, doing fine. I'm okay. Everything's just dynamite. What's wrong with me? Why am I in this bad mood? My head kinda aches because it's a crummy day. In shower, brain fried. TV says I'm sick and I don't know why. I'm okay, doing fine. I'm okay. Everything's just dynamite. All right.
You guys ready for some Code Red Cola? It's a
Oh
fictional
gosh,
drink.
really? Another original for you guys.
Dr. Rocky Balboa! Get everyone hyped. Let's do it. next is Overtime. Overtime.
The new tune, which was to be the theme song, had already been composed and was being endlessly plugged on the telescreens. It had a savage, barking rhythm which could not exactly be called music, but resembled the beating of a drum. Roared out by hundreds of voices to the tramp of marching feet, it was terrifying. The beating of a drum.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, we're gonna raid the server.
Yes, that was amazing. Overtime. Don't believe. You just don't believe. We're working overtime. Yeah. I'm doing
Are you
the
gonna drop
dance.
some freestyle? Are you gonna drop some freestyle?
As
I'm ready.
Tiffany the pony. Your sons is amazing. He's
yeah,
dancing like up and blazing,
yeah.
yeah. Ooh, yeah. Oh wait, that's the I thought there were more lyrics there aren't. Fantastic! Thank you so much for the raid. Yeah. Tiffany the pony, not phony. I'm gonna tell you something about silence. He's amazing. Look at him. Oh my God, hey. Look at him. Look at all that falsetto. Yeah, baby. Tiffany the pony. Oh my God.
Yes.
Yes. Hi. Tell us about the bulletin board.
All right, so we have a great bulletin board. Again, if you want to keep up with all the latest developments, it's at musicexposed.show. Thanks, Fantastic Plastics, for that
Yes,
raid.
thank
Please
you.
stick around. They're going to interview. For those of you who have never been to this show before, or you're hanging out with Fantastic Plastics, don't worry, we're getting to the interview. We just give them some time to get ready. And we talk about tons of amazing music on Twitch. If you're not familiar with the Music Exposed bulletin board, it is the latest list of all of the releases from streaming musicians here on Twitch and YouTube and other sites. And if you want to keep an eye on new music, we recommend on our bulletin board that you follow 5-Hit Dune, the Eargasm or Glaswegians blog for all sorts of new updates and releases about new streamers you can find and follow. But for this week, we have an amazing bulletin board. First of all, Joliet4, twitch.tv/Joliet4, if you don't know her, just announced her upcoming single, Ruin. That comes out in the next couple of days, so make sure that you keep an eye out for that, or you hit that pre-save link. Pre-save links really help artists on sites. I know a lot of you are like, why on earth would you need to pre-save this link, or why would you need to do that for an artist? It really helps with the opportunity to get discovered on playlists and to get curated, and especially from Spotify's end, it helps get you more listens. So it'll add to other Discover Weekly playlists. It will really help you out in general. So make sure if you're not someone that's in the habit of pre-saving people's music, make sure that you do that. It's really important. So Joliet4, her new single's out. Natalie Holmes, who's been on the list a couple times in the last month, just released a new instrumentals album that's called Piano Places. That's available on her Bandcamp. Again, that's available at musicexposed.show. Kate McGill just dropped a new single. I'd like to think of it as very ethereal, kind of sad, mournful pop that's called Becoming. So she dropped that. That is also up on her Bandcamp and on all of the streaming services. I don't know if it's Kina Granis or Kina. I think it's Kina. But Kina Granis, who's someone new that was referred to me this week, just dropped a very stripped down cover of the Sugar Ray song Someday. So make sure that you check that one out. And last but not least, Santana just dropped a brand new sultry pop song called Under the River that's available on YouTube. It has a super cool video that I actually watched this morning to get that done. But this week we got Joliet4, Natalie Holmes, Kate McGill, Kina Granis, and Santana. And that is your Music Exposed bulletin board. Yes. And the plastics. Thank you so much. Yeah, so make sure you check that out. It's musicexposed.show is where you can get that. The other thing that you can do is on that site under the bulletin board, I leave up the links for the last month of artists. So, and if you go through and you listen to the old episodes of the show, each week on that episode, the bulletin board is linked right there. So nothing ever gets lost. So if you're one of those people that likes to be a completionist and you want to go back to episode 1 of the podcast and listen to every episode forward, with every episode, each one of those links are available. So the last month is highlighted on the main page, and then on all the individual episodes, the bulletin board episodes are set up there. So make sure you check those out. musicexposed.show. We actually do a ton of work on the site at this point, so many of you may not realize, like, hey, there's a lot that goes into this, but we make sure that that site is always up to date. All the episodes are there. You can go through. You can also subscribe. One thing we don't mention enough on this show that we're really bad about, make sure that you're subscribing to the podcast versions. Make sure you follow it on Spotify, Apple Music. If you do it there, wherever you listen to podcasts, you can subscribe to it. That really helps us get listed and get discovered as well. Even if you don't necessarily listen to it, just make sure that you subscribe to it. It helps out a lot. I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to see my face. That's fine. You don't need to see my face.
Oh, I'm muted.
Can you get it on
Why
cassette?
am I muted? I was saying, what was I saying?
You've been muted this whole time?
I
Ooh,
was.
nice.
Oh my god, no. Oh, yikes. Okay, well, I was saying nothing important like always.
No, you were saying that. Sarah was saying that a lot of people actually just listen to the podcast version at this point and let us know that they've listened to it without even seeing us, which that's great.
Yeah, a lot of people don't have to see us, so, you know, I can just, basically I should start coming here with a potato sack.
Yeah, it's true. Potato, since the episode started, she is muted.
Yeah.
Totally true.
The episode
Totally
started
true.
in. Yeah, I need to get used to things. Well, we're waiting on Fantastic Plastics because they need to change room.
They switch rooms.
Yeah, they need
You
to
know what you
switch
should play?
room.
Too bad you don't have the. Do you still have the video queued up of Rudy going to the other room? That would be so perfect for this moment if you had it.
Wait,
Because you had it for Music Exposed.
I might
if
actually.
You do,
Let me
go to the other room,
Yeah.
little buddy.
No, I don't
Do you
have
got
that
it?
one. I have Rudy exploding everything. That's what I have.
No, they gave you the one of going to the other room too. The
No,
rap
they
song.
didn't. They didn't. I'm sorry.
Ah,
They didn't
This
give
is the
me
first
that
time
one.
that we have two guests here.
Yeah.
And we're excited about that.
I'm very excited
It's
about having
exciting.
2 fucking guests. That's also we have
It's
2
because they have
bodies
to-
now. 3 bodies.
That's true.
We have 3 bodies.
We have-
Wow, that sounds
We have 3
not
to
incriminating
4
at all.
bodies. There's so many bodies
Yeah.
around here. They're all in the trunk. That's where we keep them.
Yeah.
Right next to the Code Red Cola. That's what helps you. Get through the day.
Yeah, I'm very excited to ask them all the questions. Do you know your first?
All the
first.
questions.
Our first question will probably be what decade, right? That's gonna be
Well, yeah,
interesting.
we have to ask that because that's been the conversation for today.
Yeah.
I have so many questions. I don't even know how we're gonna pack it in. The longer they take, we're just gonna drag it.
Yeah, we're
overtime.
gonna be overtime today because we're gonna be overtime today.
Well, it depends on how long they can stay. They may have a busy schedule. They might be going on tour. You know, you never know.
They might be going
They
on
have to
tour while
Mars.
COVID is happening.
They're touring. They tour other planets. Duh, they're the Fantastic Plastics. That's how it works.
They just take their
They don't just
spaceship.
tour Earth.
Yeah, they take
That's
their
right.
spaceship and
Obviously,
just go.
Chicken Burger Disco has built them a fantastic UFO tour bus.
Yeah.
They just fly away on that and they tour Mars
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
That's how they do it.
Bazzy, I think their favorite decade for music is 3045 to 3055. Totally true. They are time travelers.
That
as
is
well.
very true.
They time travel in a DeLorean. You know, they've got the DeLorean ready.
Fuck yeah.
And then they go, you know what? Someday we're going to wake up in a world where they wrote the Ghostbusters theme. They're going to go back in time.
Yes.
They're going to take out Ray
Oh
Parker
my
Jr.
God.
And they will take over the Ghostbusters theme. Yes.
Why not?
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they don't do that. What are they doing? What are they doing?
I don't know.
For Halloween. Tell us in chat. Those of you who just rated us, what are they doing that's special for Halloween? Or are they just Halloween every year?
Maybe they're
every-
dressing up as evil traffic signs. I feel like
What?
that would be
What does
some
that mean?
evil
Why would they
traffic
be evil
signs.
traffic signs?
Because they sometimes have like cones, those like the traffic cones or whatever, traffic cones. So they're gonna be dressed as evil traffic signs. You know, maybe an evil traffic.
I have no idea what you're talking
maybe
about
an
right
evil
now.
traffic. Maybe an evil stop sign or something. You know what I mean? Maybe they'll
I like.
evil stop sign and evil traffic cone.
I'm just gonna let you keep going with this. Continue.
You don't-
I have no idea what you're saying right
Yeah,
now, but
you
I'm
don't
for
know
it.
what I'm
I'm
talking
for it.
about? Well,
No.
Oh my God.
Apparently, they're going to be evil stop signs for Halloween.
Yes,
which
they're going to
that's-
be
you know,
evil
that's
stop
normal,
signs
right?
for Halloween. Don't you know that?
What is the difference between an evil stop sign and a good stop sign?
Well,
what makes the difference?
Listen, there is a big difference between that. It's just they're gonna be an evil stop and listen, whatever. They're here. So hello.
What is the
and I'm gonna
difference?
listen. No, they're gonna tell
That
us
is-
the difference.
that is
But
question
anyways,
number one.
our guests are here, and I present to you guys the Fantastic
Plastics.
Oh,
Yo,
wait.
cheers.
Good
Hi.
job. You got it. You're
Good
killing
job, me.
Oh, no, did we
Here
break
you go.
you? Did we
No,
break
I
you?
That's
broke
fine.
it. I broke it.
She
It's
broke
me
it.
who broke
So
it.
plastics, what
Hi.
is the difference? First question. We're just getting right to it because we have so many questions. First question. What is the difference between an evil stop sign and a good stop sign? They'll have an answer for that.
I do have an answer. Well, actually, I don't know about stop signs, but stoplights, traffic lights are more evil because there's so many times when you pull up to a red light and there's no cars coming in any direction. And the guy that invented the red lights, the stoplights, said that would be the biggest problem, that it would cause traffic snarls if they didn't figure a solution out for it. And the roundabout is the solution. But in America, we're fucking tough, and we don't believe in roundabouts.
So tough. We got no roundabouts.
Sorry, I wasn't supposed to curse.
No,
No, you are.
No.
On this show, you're fine.
We're the cursing
We are a
show.
mature stream.
Yeah, we are mature.
We are the cursing show.
We're
Yeah,
the
that's us.
cursing. We're
So-
cursing exposed, really.
So in preparation for you, we were talking about, and I think this is a good question to start with for you guys. We were talking about our personal favorite decades of music. Sarah chose the late 90s to the late 2000s, so like 97 or 98 to 2007, 2008. I chose 85 to 95. For you two, which decade do you think is your favorite decade of music and why?
I think we both have different answers for this.
Okay, no, that's good.
I don't know.
makes-
I think we might be the same, but
You want to go first?
sure. Yeah, I'm totally with Silence on this 85 to 95. I think.
Okay.
That's
See,
my favorite.
I disagree. I think that's a trash era of music, and the best era of music is 1977 to 1981 specifically.
Oh,
Okay.
Why is that?
So,
Why
so
specifically?
say
Narrow
that.
window.
Say that.
Don't say my choice is trash, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not really trash.
Coming out hard. It's coming out swinging. Fantastic
Yeah,
Plastics
too
about
much
to break
caffeine.
up on today's show. We got the breaking news.
Breaking news here on Music Exposed.
No,
That's
it's
true.
not a trash period of music. The problem
I
with
know what
that
you
period of music, and really anything after 1985, up until like maybe 2010, is that production styles relied too heavily on digital production that was not really ready for prime time. And so there's a lot of records that come out of that era sounding really compressed or full of white noise.
I guess I could see that.
The songwriting is excellent, but I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of records suffer from production
Quality
value.
wise, I guess
Yeah.
you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, no, that makes
Okay,
sense.
yeah.
And I mean, everyone's got their perspective. I mean, Sarah's the only wrong one here. So, you know,
That is
that's
very
all it
true.
is.
That is very, very
That's
true.
true.
I'm just
Maybe music was better in Europe at during that time.
It's true. It's true.
yeah, probably. That's
No.
it's totally that. It's totally that I'm in Europe and
I agree.
Yeah, that's totally it. I have a question. Listen, I mean, I go right into this. How are you guys dealing with this? Is such a stupid question. I think it's a stupid question, but I'm actually interested. How are you guys dealing with COVID and touring? How are you guys dealing
Why
with
is that a stupid question?
Because
I don't even understand why that'd be
I feel like
stupid.
that is a question that everybody asks. So I don't want to ask question that everybody asks, but I'm actually interested in knowing this for you guys. So
It's a very relevant question. It's probably the best question you'll ask all night.
I haven't been asked any questions, so I'll take that as a compliment.
Quit while you're ahead.
Not a whole lot has actually changed for us because we were both already working from home and we were already kind of doing Twitch more than touring before it all hit. We were playing shows like weekend shows here and there, but we weren't really on any. We didn't have any plans for any big tours or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
We were weirdly prepared for this.
Yeah,
Like almost
without
like
knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without knowing.
yeah.
What perfect timing. What perfect timing for that. So obviously we asked this of a lot of guests, but for you guys in particular, you guys have toured quite a bit and obviously done quite a lot of live shows. So what brought you to Twitch and how did you find out about it? And then, how did you start making that transition, or did you find it to be an easy one, or was it a tougher one for you when you were first starting?
You can take this.
Okay. It was interesting. So I would say probably in like late 2016 or late 2017, our manager and some folks were telling us to get on Twitch, but we were kind of Luddites and thought that it was just a place for like, little
Gaming.
kids to
Same
play
thing
video
a lot of
games.
people think,
Yes.
And so we did the Warped Tour in 2017, and when we got done, we did like an immediate tour afterwards. And our suspicions were basically proven true that live music in the United States at the indie level was already basically, for the most part, dead.
Yeah.
Sure people will disagree with me, but
I agree.
the club
No, we
scenes
agree.
had
We
already
agree.
been dying. Yeah, and so
It was a harsh wake-up call after Warped Tour where they already had
yeah, we went
built-in
from playing in front of
audience.
hundreds of people to playing in front of like literally one show we played on that tour. The only person that was there, I mean, everyone there either worked at the club or was in a band, and it was a
Oh.
place that
Yeah.
like 10 years ago would have had 200 like college
Yeah.
kids,
It was a bummer.
Agreed.
So anyway, so Karen, God, what's her last name?
Alan.
Yeah, Karen Allen.
Karen Allen.
I know that's kind of I know there's some mixed feelings on her, but she actually sherped us into Twitch. She was writing a book and she used us.
Why are there
as
mixed
a-
feelings on her? Expose it. Why are there mixed feelings on Karen Allen?
We love her. She's a big reason why we're even on Twitch. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody was telling us they're like they didn't know who she was, so like how could she write a book about Twitch music if but she had a show on Twitch.
Yeah. I
Or
think that
she
there
did.
was like,
Yeah.
you know how Twitch kind of has a bunch of little bubbles?
Yes.
Of communities
Of course.
of-
Of course.
I think she was in a bubble that was not the bubble that most of the people were in. So I think
So they're like, who's this person?
Yeah.
We talk about that a lot on this show, actually, in the sense that we feel like there isn't a larger music community. We exactly think that there's little bubbles of people that run in certain crowds, and
Yeah.
they're
It's like a
influenced by
local
certain
music
crowds.
scene. It's
It
very
is.
Yeah,
much like a
it
local
is
music
actually.
scene.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how we've tried to treat it, I think, too. That's exactly how we've thought about it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Go ahead, Sarah.
So how would you compare this is interesting. By the way, I agree so much. That is also why I invested more in Twitch than in touring. I basically stopped touring and canceled everything just to do Twitch because I also feel like it has been. Just the live music scene is dead. I feel like though that it's gonna be revived when COVID is over. I feel like there's gonna be a renaissance of live music because people are gonna want to go out again because they can't right now. Anyways, completely unrelated question. How would you compare performing?
I hope that happens.
How would you compare performing on Twitch and on live gigs? How does it feel different? How is the engagement of the audience different? How is playing different? Because you guys play together. You guys don't have a band when you perform, right? Like live? Do you guys don't have a band?
No.
Right.
It's basically what you see. We have backing tracks for the drums and bass, and we exactly what you
yeah. So
saw.
how would you compare that to performing on Twitch?
I would say that Twitch is just so much more relaxed. Like we even have an emote that's like a redo emote. Like if we mess up, we'll start a song over. And whereas playing live gigs, everything's so rushed, and you just have to hurry up and get on stage and get off the stage, and you don't really have time to engage with people that much. But what else would you say?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for me is that the greatest thing about Twitch is that like we can do a 3-hour show, right? And like we literally go from our kitchen down the stairs to our Twitch studio, and everything's set up, we're ready to go, and we can play for 3 hours, and like there's like maybe 10 minutes of prep before and 10 minutes of tear down afterwards. Versus when you're playing a club gig, like let's say we're gonna play a club at 8 p.m. and it's not in our hometown, which it really never is, right? So that means that like at 3 p.m. in the afternoon or 2 p.m. in the afternoon, we're tearing down all of our crap, we're loading it up, we're putting it in the car, we're driving 2 or 3 hours to a show, we're getting there like at 6 o'clock, we're loading in, we're killing time until like 11 p.m. when we're gonna play for 45 minutes at most.
Right.
You know, and then we're not gonna get paid, if we get paid at all, until like 2 a.m. So we've basically given up like 13 hours of our day, spent, you know, a couple $100 of our own money to like maybe break even. And you know, I mean,
we were constantly asking ourselves like, why are we doing this? We love playing music, but like, why?
We look forward to getting back to playing live, but like Twitch has changed our perspective on it. We're not, we're done doing favors. We're done doing these little show, you know, and not to dismiss them because they're how you get big, but like, you know, now if we're gonna give up streaming on Twitch to go play live on a weekend, like look at what we're giving up, you know.
I agree.
You can probably put those things hand in hand too over time, like as you guys have, and this is where I was going to go next. You guys have really built up a crazy following in such a short amount of time, and I definitely want to talk about that because I know it's a huge thing that people ask about all the time on this show. We even had a question today of people asking like, how did that happen for you? And I kind of wanted to leverage into that question by saying, how much different do you feel it was like coming into Twitch, having kind of a team and having some support around you? And I'm going to ask specific questions about those people because obviously I've known you guys for a long time. But how much different was it coming into this with a team rather than as an indie artist or trying to figure it all out on your own?
I think it helped us out a lot because we already had our whole aesthetic, our theme,
we had 10 years of branding behind us already.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we had an established look, we had an established sound. You know, we have a manager that helps do a lot of like the stuff that we don't want to do, you know, the business side of it. And then we also have a third member that doesn't play live with us that helps us with all of our video stuff. He's a co-member of the band. He helps write. He's involved in everything. He just doesn't like being on stage or out front, you know. So I understand that we have a massive advantage over most people starting out. And we had a little bit of a following before we got on Twitch. So the hardest part for us, honestly, was evangelizing people to the platform that wasn't aware of it.
To help them understand what we're actually doing and how you can watch music on Twitch. Like it takes a while for people to understand what it even is.
And I think that, have you guys found the same thing that I have too? Obviously, I think we're pretty close to the similar ages, that most people when I talk to Twitch literally have never even heard of it. Like especially middle-aged and older people, it's not even that they think of it as a site for kids to play games. They're just like, what is that? Do I have to pay for it? Like, is it like Netflix? What do I have to do? How do I watch it? Like most people don't even have that. And it doesn't help that Twitch is so bad at their discoverability on TVs right now. Like, they do it through gaming systems and stuff, but they've abandoned like their Roku apps, and they don't work well on streaming stuff. And most people our age are watching it on a television as opposed to sitting in their office watching it on a computer.
So before I go into the next question, thank you so much, Teamwork 2, for gifting those 5 subs, and thank you so much, Warrior, for gifting that sub too. Slightly
Thank you so
obvious.
much. And I want to mention as well, we always mention this on the show, everything that we make on the show gets split between us and we put it back into the show. So thank you so much for everything. When you guys donate on these episodes, it makes a huge difference for us.
So Fantastic Plastics, you guys have been branding for 10 years. When did you find, or like not branding, I mean just working and you know, I've been working for, I would say, like 7 or 8 years myself as a musician, and now on Twitch and stuff. When did you feel like you had a breakthrough? Because it always starts very slow, you know, it goes very, very slow, and then at some point you see that little peak. When do you think you had that little peak or big peak
on Twitch?
No, in those 10 years, just in your career as Fantastic Plastics.
I mean, Twitch is the peak. I mean, we got on Warped Tour. We still think, I mean, I'm not even joking when I say this. I think they had the wrong band. There was another band in Florida named like Fantastic Planets.
I don't know. It's
well, I'm serious. I think
because they showed a video of us and stuff when they announced it. So.
Right, but I think initially they were confused.
No, come on.
Yes, nice.
But we were still like, the whole time we were on it, we were just like, I can't believe, And so at that point, that was probably the peak when we were just like, oh my gosh, this is the hugest thing we've ever done. But I think Twitch has surpassed that at this point.
Yeah, Twitch is, we're the biggest we've ever been thanks to Twitch, and specifically a couple streams. I maybe because we're married or maybe our times lined up, but they are who launched us. Like, they rated us multiple times in like the month of March and April, and that just changed our life. Like, we went from having 25 average viewers to 100 in like a month because they just kept rating us. And I mean, if they're out there, like,
we love them.
Like, let us know how we can pay you back. Well,
Tyson always offers to do their dishes.
Yeah, I'm coming over to
like, they don't want that.
We're gonna make you dinner.
We'll do their dishes. By the way, Slightly Obvious, thank you so much for the 300 bits. Silence your...
So that was something I was going to ask about. So obviously, did you have a previous relationship with them, or was it something of they just found you and started rating you and then liked the community and continued rating you afterwards? Or were you working on actively building relationships with other musicians when you were first getting started on the platform? Because I feel that way. I feel like you guys were super supportive of me personally, and we were in each other's streams all the time, and I would see you in other music streams. So you guys were obviously doing a lot of the right things to meet people and connect with people. But what was it, about that particular relationship? Did you have it in advance, or did they know you from other streams, or what happened for that to occur?
I'm trying to remember if we
got lucky with them.
Yeah, I feel like they just randomly found us the first time, and then then we were like, oh, what are they about? And we were like blown away when we saw their stream, and
And I think from day one, we decided we were going to treat this like a local music scene, and we were looking for other music acts in the music channel specifically that were like doing something different, like, because I'm in no way when I say this am I dissing on anybody that does what they do in music, because it's all good, but like there's a lot of people doing the same thing, and so that's why we
I dissed on them earlier. Don't feel bad. I dissed on everybody else earlier.
Yeah, it's coming full circle. I love it. I love when that happens.
Like the silence noise, right? Like, and as soon as I start naming people, I'm gonna forget people, and I'm
it's
so
fine.
sorry. But like you and Bad Tooth Records, and there was just a bunch of people that were doing something unique, and we decided like we were gonna make that our own community. But we knew of a couple streams, and mostly because when we first got on, we were watching the top streamers just to see how they decorated their rooms and how they set their cameras and stuff like that.
We spent a lot of time just learning what the whole Twitch universe
we spent
is
months
about.
before we even got on trying to figure out what we wanted to look like and all that, and yeah, thank you so much, Silence Noise. I mean, like you and a bunch of people gravitated towards us early, and
for
it made
sure.
a big difference. It made us
Well,
feel
and,
like
and you're
we were
right. You started
doing
so strong at that point. Like compared to a lot of people who are starting, I didn't start nearly that strong. When I first started, I was just like, okay, I was in that phase of how do I figure this out, and I didn't even really want to stream at first. I didn't know how any of this worked, and so I've been kind of stumbling into things as it went along. But you guys pretty much launched, as you said, with the look in place. You had a cool set right off the bat.
Yeah.
Like pretty much everything from your first streams was super well put together.
And we had 10 years of it though. We had literally 10 years of song. And we finally, we debated for months on what our stream was going to look like. And at the end, a couple people are like, just do what you do live. And so we tried to recreate that with having the projector in the background on us. And blah blah blah. So
no, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think most people get analysis paralysis when they want to start streaming.
Totally.
Get on there.
Totally.
Get on there.
Yeah, that's.
So tell us about Chicken Burger Disco, because I know that a lot of people who watch this may not know you, or the streams haven't been that cross-pollinated yet. So you mentioned kind of the third member of your band who doesn't perform with you on stage. Tell us a little bit about how you guys got together and how he's been part of the project.
Sure. So Chicken Burger Disco, his name is Dylan. He has been working with. I had this band in 2000, 2001, something like that. It was called Analog Saves the Planet. It was like a one-man. It was like a one-man band with this computer that insulted me, and I would play these songs. And it's funny because I am Castlehead, if you know who he is, uses the same voice with the same shtick, and I know it's an accident. I know he doesn't know that we exist, but
It's a coincidence.
Yeah, he calls his Norman, we call ours Gary. And so anyway, Chicken Burger Disco found us. He made a documentary about us, and at that time, Miranda was a go-go dancer in the band and designed our costumes, and it had turned into what I called the white trash cabaret. So it went from a one-man performance art. And so he made a documentary about us, and then Analog Saves the Planet had run its course. So Chicken Burger Disco, Dylan and I started this band called Mandroid Destroyers of the Human Race, where we were these robots, and Miranda made costumes again, and that ran its course, and then we decided to put together the band that was going to be I kept calling it, this is the last band I'm ever going to do. So let's go all out and come out of the gate with a theme and a look and a sound, and that's how he got involved. And then he played live with us for the first couple of years. Okay. And then I was moving a lot. He started having kids, and then so I moved to New York. Miranda joined the band, and then he continued with us as a songwriter and helping us do the videos and all that. So it's been the perfect marriage as a marriage, and a perfect marriage as a creative product.
Of course. To be able to do that with such synergy is so cool, though. And I think even when I started, I obviously would hear that name a lot, but I didn't realize how prominent Chicken Burger Disco was in the process and in the band until you started getting later into your stream life and you started adding the green screen. You started doing the plastic show, which we'll talk about that in a little bit.
So I actually have a more personal question. So do you sometimes run into obstacles and problems by being a working couple together? I mean, I've worked with my partners before in music too, and I know it can be amazing, but sometimes it can be a pain in the fucking ass. And how do you deal with that? And especially there's sometimes days where you're like, oh my god, I don't like my partner today, but you have to play on stage together and you have to work. How do you deal with that? And is there anything that you do that kind of, where you're like, okay, this is work, we got to be professional? Tell us about that.
Yeah. It's I don't know, I would say we work together really well and get along great most of the time, but I know there are times when we annoy each other. I don't know. I know I annoy you with I'm super clumsy. He calls me a bull in a china shop because I'm constantly breaking things, and we got a laptop and the first thing I dropped, it fell and the charger broke, and so he doesn't want me to touch the lights or anything.
Yes.
Okay, I'll say
Exposed.
this. We are. Before Miranda and I started dating, before we got married, it was a 12-year courting process. So we knew each other for a very long time. And I think by the time we got married and got together, we knew we had this like creative chemistry, and I will say that we work in our lanes, it's really hard to collaborate with people because you feel like you're giving up your artistic not integrity, but like you're compromising your vision. But we don't have to compromise our vision because each of us has our own part of it that's our vision.
Right.
She is doing all of the costumes. She's like taking care of all the styling, what we look like, right? Chicken Burger Disco is doing all of this video stuff.
Yeah.
And then the three of us are coming together for songwriting, but a lot of times the ideas start with like themes that I may have, but like each of us works in a swim lane and we respect those boundaries, and like we don't have to talk about it. It's like we've never had a meeting like this is your job, but
it
like,
just works.
It's chemistry.
Yeah.
It's so rare to have chemistry in a relationship or in an artistic endeavor. And like,
Agreed. It's very
we're
rare.
freaking blessed. We're very blessed.
Yeah, that's amazing.
No, that's amazing.
I love that. I love that answer.
Yeah.
Good answer.
You never I get on stream. You don't have Fleetwood Mac. Maybe when is your Rumors coming? Like we have to have a Fleetwood Mac album. I mean, come on.
All right, we'll work on it. We'll work on the album.
You love me now. But so you guys have really been stewards too. One of the things that's been super cool to see is that I know that you guys have either supported a lot of new artists coming in, and it seems like you've kind of started building this crew of people, and a lot of them have appeared on the Plastic Show, which again we'll talk about in a minute, that you knew from your previous touring life and from your previous live music life. So tell us about that. How do these conversations start, and who are some of the artists that you've helped kind of get started on Twitch or support them as they've grown on Twitch? Tell us a little bit about that.
I can talk about Tara first because
Sure.
she was just on our show this past week. She's
Yes.
in the band Shark Muffin. She has 2 streams, Shark Muffin and Mama Joe Vrama Joe. And we share a manager, so that's how we knew her from the Brooklyn music scene.
Gotcha. Okay.
And once COVID hit, they were a big touring band. Like they were touring and playing shows all the time.
Shark Muffin's way bigger than us
Yeah.
in terms of outside of Twitch. Like
Yeah.
their existence.
Wow, really?
Is huge.
I had no idea.
They're super.
I mean, in a niche market, they're
in
huge.
Brooklyn,
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
scene. But and I don't know I think that she reached out to us and was like, can you guys I think we're gonna do this Twitch thing, and so we kind of worked with her on that and got them going. And then do you want to talk about Weird Paul?
Yeah. Well, the first thing I'll say before I talk about Weird Paul is like, through life you make connections with people, and one of the parts of like being a mature adult is knowing when to like cash those in. And I don't mean it like in a negative sense, but like
No, for sure.
I'm not gonna ask someone to like come help us when we're just trying to figure stuff out, right? So like by the time we decided to do the talk show, I felt like we had a pretty like fully thought out thing. So now we are years of collecting friends and
Yes.
so now we're cashing in because we feel like we have something that not only will help us but will help them as well. And that's that's the trick of it. Everyone's climbing a ladder, or clout chasing as you want to call it, but you have to give something to get something back. But
I love that.
Weird Paul, I mean it's.
But Weird Paul, you should talk
Oh yeah,
about
Weird Paul. So Weird Paul, we knew of Weird Paul forever. If you don't know who Weird Paul is, just Google him, and he's the original vlogger. He's huge on YouTube. He's huge on TikTok and these platforms. He's been like doing this stuff since like the 80s, and he has a documentary on Amazon Prime called "The Lo-Fi Life of Weird Paul." Oh, will work for
views.
Yeah, we say it wrong. Will work for views. The Lo-Fi Life of Weird Paul. He's kind of an outsider artist, musician. And we watched it, and I was like literally brought to tears watching it. And I'm like, this guy's basically doing the same thing we're doing.
He's been doing it a lot longer.
Yeah, and he never compromised as far as I know, and like had to take a corporate job, right? Like he's like almost 50 now, just doing this thing. And so I reached out to him. I'm like, you've got this huge social media platform, but none of them make any money, right? Like no one makes money from YouTube unless you're like PewDiePie or whatever. No one makes money from TikTok.
Exactly.
And so I reached out to him. I'm like, Twitch isn't about making money. It's about building a community. But
you do actually,
as a side effect, you can make money.
Yeah.
And so I talked him into it. I helped him get onto it. I got him started, and then he's ran with it. He doesn't need me anymore, but he's going to be a guest on the show.
He uses a VHS camera. Like he stays true to his brand.
Yeah,
That's
he has so much
amazing.
artistic integrity it'll make you vomit. Like,
Yeah.
sorry,
We don't have
I
any of
can't
that
stop
kind of
rambling.
integrity. We don't have any of that kind of integrity on this show. We just do whatever,
Exactly. So
true.
before we go into your show, I want to know who are your, I mean, you already touched on this, but who are your influences in terms of Twitch music streamers or streamers just in general? Because you guys said you studied Twitch before you even started streaming for months. Who were your biggest influences?
Yeah, well, we mentioned a couple streams, but since we started doing the talk show now, we've been really inspired by the Sushi Dragon and the Harry Horror Show.
Sushi Dragon. Fuck yeah.
Sushi
Cardboard
Dragon's
Cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love him.
You guys, of course.
Yeah, you guys, of course. And
For real, because you
Yeah.
guys. Okay, the thing that you guys do that's different than. Okay, most of these talk shows on Twitch, they're great, but very few of them have guests. And when they have guests, it's like a joke. Like, not like a joke on the guest, but it's like all part of a
built
bit.
into the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but, like, you guys are one of the few talk shows that brings a guest on and, like, opens their heart up. And I love that. Like, that is pretty unique to the platform. And, like, I would say that's the inspiration we took directly from you guys, was like, let's do some real interviews. We'll put it in a surreal,
Aw.
goofy setting, but, like, let's get to the meat of the bone, you know?
But
and it's so
usually don't
important
talk
to
about
us.
music, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so important to us because that's exactly why we wanted to make the show, to be able to like, all right, how do we feature people that wouldn't normally get featured anywhere? I know that was the original genesis of the idea for us, was just like, how do we feature these artists that, you know, have 5 viewers sometimes or 4 viewers sometimes. No one knows who they are. They deserve a bigger audience. Like, and then make it interesting on top of it. So it's not just like, here's a person playing their music, but here's why you need to like them and follow them and get to know their personality and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Aw, thank you.
Well, I appreciate that. And so talk about, we had people in the chat mention that we've already had a few questions from chat and we wanted to talk about it as well. We know that you have a bit of a connection to Devo. So talk about that a little bit. Obviously Devo's an influence for you, but now you have a kind of working relationship with a member of the band too as well, right? So tell us a little bit about how that came to be.
Yeah, I mean, going back to like when I was a teenager, some of the first bands I was in, people kept comparing us to Devo, and I only knew Whip It. But there was like a weird built-in philosophy in my head that was similar to theirs. And the more people compared us to Devo, going on through the years, the more I got into their catalog. And then really we played a birthday party in New York for this guy. I just forgot his name. The cat.
Evan Tritt.
Evan Tritt. He does this thing. He would do this thing like once a month at this tiki bar where he would have. It was like a cover show where like he would pick a theme. So like on this night it's going to be MC5, and he'd pick 3 bands, and 50% of their set would have to be MC5 songs, and the other 50% would be originals. Well, he asked us to come play for his birthday and do Devo. So we went there and we learned like 7 Devo songs. And then like that night we met the guy that took the picture of the Freedom of Choice album cover. And long story short, without getting too much into detail, this like snowballed into this thing where we played this thing called Devotional, which is the yearly Devo convention.
Oh, wow. And there's a yearly Devo convention?
Yeah, it's in Cleveland, Ohio. And yeah,
Okay.
it's cool. Like members of the band go. It's a rad, weirdly unique experience for sure. But
Sure.
Through that, we met people, and through those connections, we met a guy that's currently in the band. His name is Josh Hager. They call him Josh too, and he's like one of the younger members in the band, more modern members. But he ended up mixing and mastering our record, and then so we've got all these like loose connections.
That's
They're like
amazing.
one step away, but it's been great. But again, it comes back to this thing I said earlier, like if you're going to start to make those connections with people and you're going to try to like build those relationships, you have to offer something in return, whatever it is.
Right.
Like, so it's been that way. We've helped them, they've helped us, and someday we hope to get Mark Mothersbaugh on our talk show. Like that might be 10 years away, but like we're building up to the day when we can like.
I don't think it'll be that long. I really don't think it'll be that long. With the rate you guys are growing and with how much people are starting to turn their attention to these platforms, I would not be surprised that you could get that reach pretty quickly.
So
that's the Devo connection.
I have a question that you guys are now also interviewing people and supporting other streamers. What are things that you hate about Twitch though?
I'd say that there's nothing I really hate about it except that because we are doing more and more and more, and we both work full time. It's a little exhausting, like physically
I can imagine.
and mentally. So I feel like because we don't want to take a break. That's the thing. Like once you're doing it, you feel like you can't take a break.
Yeah.
Right.
Then you'll just kind of disappear or something. I don't know.
We did. We took a
Yeah.
break. We took like literally we didn't even take a full week off. We just didn't do our middle of the week stream, and then we moved our streams to Saturday because of some other like doing like this interview with you today, and last week we did an interview, and like you immediately see a dip in your numbers. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to pay too much attention to that, but it's like you can't not either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, and I think once we get back to regular schedule, it'll be fine. But like that's the worst part about it is
It's like a
the,
treadmill
It's
you
like
can't
FOMO
get off.
or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we've known other streamers that have hit partner and they took like a month off and they like I don't want to name names, but there's a pretty prominent music streamer
Sure.
who took some time off because of a major life event. And I think he only took off 2 weeks. And he came back, and I saw his numbers in half. And,
Yeah.
you know, he took this time off to do this thing that cost a lot of money, assuming that the income through Twitch was going to be consistent. And I know he's suffering. And, like, you know, he's
Right.
like, you know, so, yeah, it's a real thing. Because Twitch is also a community, and people come to your stream to hang out and talk. And, like, you know, it's not just about the streamer. That's
Yeah.
the cool thing about
Of
Twitch.
course.
It's also about the community. And, like, you know, the community will find somewhere else to go hang out if you're not there.
It's totally
There's
true.
always another stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people are loyal though too.
Yeah, yeah.
They
It's not
are,
like-
they
it's
are.
not
But
like
the
they're
thing
flaky.
about just it's not Twitch only. It's the internet. I feel like it's because there's so many people doing so much stuff. Like there's so much going on the internet, and the internet goes by so fucking fast. What is on trend today is not on trend tomorrow anymore. And like memes, you can see this with memes. If you follow like the latest memes on Reddit and stuff like that, you see like how fast something is out. And if you reference an old meme that is like a week old, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
Yeah,
this
like
is
Fall,
not the meme
Fall
anymore.
Guys everyone was into Fall
Yeah.
Guys for a week. Among Us came out, everyone's that for a week. Now no one's playing really either one of them.
Yeah,
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's
now
just
it's
how it goes.
Phasmophobia. Everybody's. I also
Yeah. Is
Is
hopped
that the
on
one?
that train.
Okay, I saw a couple people playing that.
Yeah,
but
so-
that's a
I think
perfect
it's because
example.
so many people have nothing to do right now, so they're like playing it to saturation, and then they're like, okay, now we're done with that. We've seen all that we have of that. Now we can move on to the next thing. I think that's why it's surprising that there isn't more music being released right now, and a lot of people are holding back on releasing movies and things like that. I think a lot of the people who struck while the iron is hot right now are seeing huge growth, like songs or movies that would be way bigger than they are. Like how like think of something like Tiger King. There's no way Tiger King would be as big as it was. It probably would have been popular or
Yeah.
interesting, but it wouldn't be like the phenomenon it is if it wasn't for
but
people just sitting around with nothing to do.
But it was a
Exactly.
phenomenon for 10 days.
Yeah,
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 exactly.
crazy,
exactly.
right?
Yep. Yep.
That's like, and that's just the internet. That's not only Twitch. Twitch obviously goes a little bit faster because Twitch is live, and YouTube you can
Yeah.
still watch like things, and I mean Twitter is also like very fast. Just like any like normal social media, Instagram and stuff. You gotta, and this is the thing, as full-time content creators, and this is what I struggle with too. And I had a burnout earlier this year, and I'm not even done with it yet because I cannot take time off. Like I cannot afford
You're
to
on
take
like
time
every
off.
day though.
Yeah.
You're on like
Yeah.
all the time.
And it's
How do you take time off?
yeah, but how do you do it? Because it immediately translates in numbers. And Shroud actually said this, I think like 2 years ago, and this is 2 years ago. Shroud said 1 day of taking off from Twitch costs him 800 subs. Like that, and he's super big, but like 1 day of us not streaming costs us probably like 5 subs or 10 subs or something like that, or 3 subs. But not streaming, especially, means not making any money, because you always make some money, especially if you're full time and you know a little bit bigger. Warrior, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Pete Sandro, and thank you so much, Hellsparrow,
Look
for
at you
reselling.
guys,
Thank
always
you.
making
Obrigada,
some
bicho.
money with your streams. I don't always make money on my stream. I'm lucky to make money on my stream.
But I'm just saying,
I'm just giving you shit.
Sorry,
It's not-
it's just a lot. And how do you guys deal with that? Like how long have you been streaming? You haven't been streaming this long, right? Like
it's over like
a year and 6 months.
Year and a half, yeah.
year and a half.
Yeah.
Are you feeling already like the burnout like making its way up your soul? Up your soul.
Okay then. What's
I think-
crawling up your soul right now?
I mean, that's why we started the talk show, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like
it was more physical. But it was like I had an ice pack on my back, like after our, because as you guys saw our music, we dance around and
Yeah.
Yeah, of
headbang
course.
and all kinds of stuff. So physically, it was taking a toll. So yeah.
So back to your, I'm gonna wrap your question in with a
Yeah,
couple
sure.
ideas that you had. So
Sure.
one of the things I stumbled on this video. There's this guy who's a streamer. His name is Harris Heller.
Yes,
he's a game
Harris
streamer.
Heller.
I've only
Yeah.
watched like 2 of his streams, but I've watched like probably 25 of his YouTube videos.
Same.
And he has this great video I watched early on called like, how much money do people on Twitch really make? It's a total clickbait title because what he really does in the video is he outlines how a streamer can turn streaming into like a lifestyle, like a full-time life. And basically the first thing he says in the video is like, Twitch is not going to be the way that you make money to survive on. Like Twitch is going to be how you build your audience. But if you're relying on Twitch for your income, you're screwed because you take a week off, you're done. Or if like Twitch changes their algorithms or if Twitch changes how their payout, you're screwed. So he basically lays out this like really cool business model of like 3 steps, you know, Twitch, getting sponsors and turning your thing into a business. And like, so that's really changed the way we look at this. And like, I think you mentioned this for your stream, and Bad Tooth Records told us this day one. Like every bit of money we earn on Twitch to date, anyway, we've put right back into it. Whether it's buying better microphones, better cameras, making the second studio, or gift subs. Like we spend hundreds of. I'm not even joking.
Yeah,
we spend hundreds of dollars a month gifting subs to other people.
Because we want to.
Because we want to. Yeah, we're trying to support. We're trying to build a legitimate community that's not just, you know, these people that are in the stratosphere of Twitch. Why can't we all be in that stratosphere of Twitch? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. No, I think we all feel the same way. I was saying that there have been months, especially when COVID started for me, that I was looking at it and I'm like, okay, I want to be able to spend this much, but I can't afford $500 in subs this month. Like, and for me, it's sometimes you have that balance that's so hard. Like, I'm sure you guys notice this too, like, especially as you get busier and you're doing the show and that kind of thing, how much harder it gets to spend time in streams too.
Oh my God.
Because that's one of the things that's so important to me, and I hate that. You know, there are times that I have, you know, a full week I can spend doing stuff, and then there are times where I have like 2 hours, and I have to pick and choose who I'm in and who I'm hanging out with. It's really
we have probably a dozen streamers that we actively support, and like if we're not on, a lot of times there's 3 or 4 of them streaming at the same time.
Yeah, we have them on our phone and on different windows on our laptops.
And we're trying to like, because we're trying to like, we're not doing it like in a fake way. Like we really want to be there.
Yeah, we don't want to miss their stream.
Yeah, of course.
It's almost impossible. Yeah,
of course. So tell us about the plastic show. We've been skirting around it. We wanted to get to it. So how did the idea for that come to be? I mean, I remember you guys talking about this probably from very close to the beginning of your stream because we started about the same time. I know you guys were talking about a talk show then, and you took your time to figure it out. So how did the idea start, and what's your vision for it, really? What do you want it to become?
Well, it started, I mean, I was really inspired when I was younger by Space Ghost Coast to Coast. And I thought that I was pretty unique in that. And so we started kind of developing this talk show that would have the look of Space Ghost Coast to Coast, but have sort of the feel of Conan O'Brien from the 90s, and then like, but like a serious interview like Mark Maron or something, like a long form interview where it could actually be educational. And like, so we had these 3 elements, and then I kept seeing streamer after streamer with essentially the Space Ghost like aesthetic, and I'm like, oh my God, like nothing that you can think of is original. You know what I'm saying? Not that it was original to begin with, but you know what I mean. Everyone recycles, but that was kind of
on the same wavelength a lot of times.
Yeah, and so we had talked originally about doing. I've joked with you about this, but basically doing like TMZ for the Twitch music scene. And
yes,
you thought that.
But like we both agreed, like we're not. Villain isn't the right word, but you're going to be a villain if you do this. You know, and we didn't want to do that, so we kind of developed it. And then your guys' show came out, and you kind of took on that mantle of like being very meta to the Twitch music, and so that's what really changed our thing. And like, so our first guests for our first month or so have been like mostly Twitch personalities, but as we go into our next month, we're trying to get people outside of Twitch. That we think we could maybe bring into Twitch. I was going to say to euthanize, evangelize
them. Yes. Bring them here to euthanize them.
But we also just wanted to be on more often. Like when we were trying to do our partner
without
push.
Having to jump around. Like that was the whole,
we were streaming 3 times a week, and like we can't be that physical.
It's the same issue. It's the same issue I have. I can only sing so much. I realized that I must have vocal issues. I had some health issues 10 years ago that have impacted my voice, and it's the same thing. Like I can only sing so much. I can only even really talk so much without getting raspy. So I understand completely.
It's not. Our bodies aren't meant for like. Name a band other than like maybe Paul McCartney and like Pink Floyd that does like 3-hour shows.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, especially dancing and doing all of that. Do you guys actually have do you guys plan choreographies, or do you guys sometimes do you have something like that, like choreography sometimes, where you're like, oh, this is the dance for this song?
I wish we did. A lot of the stuff that looks like choreography, just kind of is just stuff that we just on the fly happen, and then we just do it again the next time. But I remember there was one time that we actually made up choreography. Do you remember that we wore those masks?
God. And then we thought that was the worst show.
It was so funny. So we were like, we had an intro, and we were like, okay, I'm gonna make up this, because I used to do choreography for his Analog Saves the Planet project, and we were like, that would be so cool, because I like it when musical acts do that, because I just think it's such
even
a cool
headbangers used to do
stage
it.
presence
Yeah,
thing.
for sure.
But yeah, we did it, and then all these people like left.
They did? Oh no!
Because we had these masks on too, and then we were like, "Come back! We promise it's not going to be this weird."
But that's not why they left.
No,
We found
it turns out
like
later.
months later.
Yeah, because we ended up. It was like another people in bands that we ended up playing with later, and they were like, "Oh, we wanted to see your show, but we had to go to something else," and we were like, "Oh, we thought you left because we were doing this weird dance."
Tangerine Club. Thank you so much for that raid.
Yes, and thank you so much, Northbound Man, for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. I really appreciate
Sarah.
it. And thank
Hey,
you,
Sarah.
Tangerine
Hey,
Club.
Sarah.
Yes, please.
Guess what?
It's
overtime!
It's overtime! Tangerine Club, thank you so much. Muito obrigada pelo vosso raid. Vocês são lindos. Adoro-vos. Beijinhos. Sorry. Hi, Portuguese.
Yes, Gesundheit, exactly. Beijinhos bananas.
Beijinhos
It's
bananas.
true, Todd, you're exactly right. Andy does 3 to 4 songs an hour and lots of talking. That's
Yes.
kind of the pace I've gotten to as well. It's like, I was going to ask this question too. I think right now I'm averaging like 6 or 7 songs an hour. Some days when I'm feeling less talky, I might do some more. Some days I'll do like 2 songs an hour because I'm on about something. How much do you guys on average do in a performance? Like how many songs do you normally get through?
That's a good question. We've never actually counted it, but
We used to do about 10 songs an hour, and we're probably back up. So we got to the point where we were talking a lot because we were streaming so much.
we needed a break.
Yeah, and now that we're doing the talk show on Wednesdays, I think we're back to probably doing 10 songs an hour or at least close to it.
Wow.
So we probably do 30 songs or so. But we only have like 50 songs. So
Yeah.
But I've heard people that have like 300 songs complain that like, I have 300 songs, but people request the same 15,
Yeah,
so
me.
we're lucky.
Of course.
But you know.
Not really.
Yeah.
Was it you that was saying that? Maybe it was you.
Maybe it was me, yeah.
Maybe.
Because I don't know why people. That's why I'm always saying, like, that's why Twitch is so much of the same songs, because the same people keep requesting the same stuff. Also, the musicians are doing it, but it's just it's a cause and effect thing.
I do want to throw this out as well, since we have a pretty big chat right now. I think chat, just let us know. One's in chat if you want a lightning round.
Oh yeah,
And then
lightning
Sarah asks a
round.
question.
Where we just
so
ask
do we want to do a
fast
lightning
questions.
round?
Yes.
And then, but Sarah, go ahead and ask your next overtime question.
Overtime!
Because it's overtime!
Overtime!
We're working overtime.
Yes, we are.
I love that bit, by the way. That's why we played that song.
So
Yeah.
weird.
That was amazing. I really love that. So tell me, your outfits are fucking amazing. Like fucking amazing. How long do you take to make, or what is your process? Do you have a special song in mind, or is it just a vibe? Or how do you, and how long does it take for you to make the costumes? And like, tell me the process of it. I want to know it all.
Well, I don't know if I even have a process. I haven't made anything new in a while, but a lot of the things that we wear on stream are from when we were on Warped Tour. That's how long ago they are. Because we wanted to wear something different for every show. So we brought this whole wardrobe with us, and so luckily we have all that. But like these, I don't know, we had one of these jackets already, and we've been collecting patches for a while, so I just sewed them all on. But I don't know, I know I personally, when I watch somebody, I like to, I went to school to study fashion, so.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, nice.
I love to see
The truth is, she spends
style.
forever making these things.
I do.
Usually,
Yeah.
Usually right up to the minute where we have
I know, I'm
to
super
put them on.
procrastinating. But it actually doesn't matter how early I start on something, because we've been planning this cosplay stream that we haven't done for like months.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be awesome when it actually happens. So.
Plastic Josh, thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for that
Plastic
raid.
Josh.
Plastic Josh, we
All
love
the
you, Plastic
plastic-
Josh.
you.
We loved your
Plastic's
David
on
Bowie stream, by the way.
Plastic's on next week. geeks too
Yeah.
as well. So we've got
Love from the
plastic geeks
plastic
here.
people. Yeah, there's just
Yeah.
plastic everywhere.
you.
Plastic Josh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
All right, so I think we're gonna do a lightning round. We had
Yeah.
a lot of votes for lightning round, so we give it a couple of seconds for
Yeah.
chat to start warming
Wait,
up.
I need to put
Lightning
some
round.
music on. Wait, I need to put some like
Yeah.
like.
Highlight those questions. so we can see 'em.
Is that copyright? That's probably copyrighted. I probably
It
can't.
is, it
So
is.
what song
Benny
could I
Hill,
put
isn't it?
on? Like
The
some.
Benny Hill theme song.
The Benny Hill
Yeah,
theme song
but
is
what-
copyrighted.
yeah,
So
that's-
chat,
what
let's get your
song-
lightning round questions
what
in.
song?
We'll go fast. I normally read Ghostbusters.
Fast, funny. Wait, copyright free song.
We need to write something for this.
We need to. Yeah. How about this one? Wait. Okay.
Benny Hill is scapegoated. All right, chat,
Yes,
bring
are
us
you
your
ready?
lightning round. Here we go. All right, first lightning round question. Todd, Devo, Bowie, or Beck?
I say Bowie.
Everyone's gonna hate me. I'm gonna say Beck. I think
Let it go in the dust.
I think Beck
an
has
interesting one.
consistently made more interesting records than David Bowie, and I know people are gonna hate me for that.
But he's David Bowie.
I know. David Bowie's God in his house, but like, name 10 David Bowie songs you like, and I can probably name 40 Beck songs that I like. I think he's been consistently better at putting out interesting records.
Paul or John?
Paul.
Oh,
Paul.
boy. George.
Oh.
George, nice. What is your least favorite part of the creative process?
God. I have like really bad like OCD when it comes to that stuff, so I'll spend 100 hours on backing tracks for a song that we may only play one time. I guess it's that like
I feel
deciding when something's done is my
Yeah.
least
I feel
favorite
ya.
part.
I agree on that one.
What's the lore behind Fantastic Plastics?
The lore. Oh, I'll let you answer that.
We are from another dimension, and in that dimension, it is all of the art and media and music is still the 80s, so that's why we have that
It's
vibe.
basically the optimism of the space race got continued on, and all those promises that they said we would have by the year 2020 have come true because
That's
in
true.
our generation they didn't invent the iPhone.
Einstein or Heisenberg?
Einstein?
Einstein, we're not real nerds, I guess. Who's Heisenberg?
He was a physicist.
Nice. How long have you been married?
Our 9th anniversary will be in November.
Oh, nice.
It's so cute.
What's it like living on a spaceship?
It gets cramped sometimes.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
toilet situation's strange.
It's rough.
I know, that's the thing that you say about space. Gross. We were talking about smells earlier from old times as well. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Oh, wow. Favorite New York City pizza place?
Oh, Vezzo.
Bezzo.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's like a
I
really
like-
thin crust.
It's Midwest pizza in New York.
TJ Hooker or the Fall Guy?
Fall Guy.
I don't know what they do.
It feels very important. Oh my God! First impression when you saw the silence noise stream. Oh
Yes.
God!
I
We're
love that.
intrigued. Intrigued.
Yeah. I didn't know. I mean, you were
We were like, whoa.
you were kind of a troll, but I grew to like the trolliness of it, though.
It's true. It's true. Who has the best hair?
This guy.
Well, I can take my hair off. Miranda's hair is
This
amazing.
I can take this off too. I'm wearing.
Yes. Just shave it. It's easy enough.
Well,
Atomic
Silence Noise
Blonde.
has the best hair out of this.
Oh my God.
That's very true.
I
You
conditioned it
are
today.
your hair.
I conditioned it today. I conditioned it. Atomic Blonde or Blondie?
Blondie.
Yeah,
How well do you sleep before a big gig?
not well.
We don't sleep well in general.
Oh no.
Yeah, same. All of us, I think.
Same.
How did the name Fantastic Plastics come about?
That's a good one.
I had a previous band called, it's called The Amazing Kilowatt, so I like the idea of putting an adjective in front of a noun. And I went to the Andy Warhol Museum, and I was reading some stuff about how he did this thing with the Velvet Underground and some other people. That was called the Plastic Fantastic Inevitable, so I just switched it around and we became the Fantastic Plastics.
I like it.
You
The
said that so
A-Team or
fast.
MacGyver?
A-Team.
A-Team.
Yeah.
I mean, I love
They had a
MacGyver, but
they had a good
A-Team.
song.
It's true. Wig or jacket?
What?
Wig, I guess.
I like it. All right, here you go. First impression of Sarah Jazz now. I guess we're going to be all the tea.
Yeah, intrigued as well.
Yeah,
I like
a
I like
different
that
brand of
she-
intrigue.
Yeah, and that I like that she doesn't take any shit.
Yeah. You and we Claire here.
Yeah.
We as a female streamer, we appreciate that you guys just
Or just any streamer.
shut shit down
Any
immediately.
streamer.
Yes,
but
it's
yeah.
true.
Aw.
It is true.
Thank you.
Don't take any.
Smurfs or Fraggles?
Fraggles.
Oh.
Whoa! Conflict.
You're like Mr. Henson fanboy.
I do love the Fraggles. Okay.
All right, Charlie's Angels or the Love Boat. That's a weird comparison.
Yeah, what the
I
fuck?
liked the Love Boat a lot as a kid because all the cameos.
I guess I'll say Charlie's Angels.
Okay, we'll take it. This is weird. Yoko or Sarah Jazz?
Ooh, Sarah Jazz. Sarah Jazz.
I like
Yoko
Yoko.
too. Me
I mean, I love
Just
you
go,
too, Sarah
Yoko.
Jazz,
Just go.
East or westbound and down. East
Oh, I
or
love
west
that.
down and bound.
I love that.
I know what he means. I think I prefer the eastbound
Me
and
too,
down.
me too.
That's
All
the
right.
westbound and down.
Do an impression of Sarah Jazz.
Oh no.
All right, Miranda.
I can't.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yes.
I wish I could play
That's
the saxophone,
amazing.
actually.
That's
I wish I
amazing.
could play it.
I can
Red
teach you if you
Cola
want.
or Red Sonia?
Oh, that'd be amazing. Ooh. Red Cola or Red Sonia? Red Sonia is awesome.
Yeah. I'll go with Red Sonia
Yeah.
for that too.
Sax or sex?
Sax.
I'll go with sex all day. I'm not that big of a fan of
Oh.
saxes. Except for you, Sarah Jazz and Huey Lewis.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Records, CDs, or MP3s?
I mean, the truth is MP3s, but let's
yeah.
records all the way. Let's go spend
Yay.
$10,000 to make 500 records that'll sit in my basement.
That's
Yes,
true. That's
yes.
true. So, soda or pop?
It's soda
Soda.
where we live.
Yeah.
Couch or sofa?
Davenport.
Cheese lounge. Why? What would be a good color alternative to black for the silence noise to wear? Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll go with his skin tone really well.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say you're probably a winter, so maybe like
I'm a winter. I've been color profiled before. I am. a
Have
winter.
you? Oh, you see? Got it.
Check
So
your
yeah,
privilege.
like cool colors, blue and stuff, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nice.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wear stuff like that sometimes. Shiny or hiney.
Shiny.
Shiny, I guess.
Favorite song you have written?
Ooh, I love Telephone.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think I really love Disintegration. I think.
Yeah.
And Perfect Stranger. I don't know. That's a
Yeah,
tough-
Perfect
tough
Strangers
one,
actually
yeah.
is my favorite. I forgot about
I love that you guys are so into your new material. It makes me happy
Yeah.
because I admit
We're tired of old
I'm a
ones.
plastics hipster and most of my favorite songs are off the older album, but I do like the new album as well. So, but I'm
You know
I'm a
how it is when
hipster
you're
for
an
sure.
artist. You're always
Yeah.
like pimping
Onto
your
the new
latest
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old thing is
Burnt
like
out on the old.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, I totally understand. Buy my EP, buy my EP.
Yeah.
Jaywalker, wait for the crossing signal.
We definitely differ on this. I'm a jaywalker.
He is,
And
but I don't know. But when we lived in New York, everybody pretty much is.
Yeah, you have to, or else you'll
But
never
now
get
I'm
anywhere.
more cautious, probably.
Yeah, Tyson or Sergio?
Ooh.
I prefer Sergio. Oh, dude. I prefer Sergio. He's so bananas.
I say Tyson.
Okay, Sergio or Brit Girl? Even important here.
Oh, I think that's Jerry Newman's.
They call Jerry Newman's Brit Girl. Well, Jerry Newman's is our best
Yeah.
character. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Favorite cover song?
Lately, I mean, for probably the last like several months, I've been digging our cover of Connection by Elastica.
And
I like that song.
yeah, I love our cover of Just What I Needed by the Cars. I love playing that one because I don't have to
Yeah.
sing that much.
It's true.
There we go. We
Do
both
you
pick
have a-
songs we don't sing.
yeah.
This is someone who clearly doesn't know your stream this well, but do you have a pet?
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
you do.
Ziggy.
You have
do
an
we have a
emote.
pet? Yes.
Yes.
we
Venga Boys or Aqua?
Aqua.
I say Venga Boys.
Oh.
Ooh. Tacos or pizza?
Taco.
Oh,
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
That's pretty much all we eat, anyways.
Tacos.
Some variation.
yeah, nice.
I prefer pizza, but my waistline prefers tacos.
That's
however.
relationship
sense.
goals, though.
Good point. That's true. That's true. Song you are totally sick of playing.
It used to
used-
be Skater Boy, but I actually like it now.
Man, it used to be the Metro for me, but now I love
Now
that.
you
What
like
song
it?
you sick
I
of?
love the
Like, what song
Metro.
comes up that you're just like, I can't believe we have to? Not they can't. Actually,
I don't know. I can't. It's more like songs that I feel like I'm not as comfortable playing. Maybe like.
yeah, I don't know. I have to think about that.
Through Being Cool by Devo. If that comes up, I'd be like, ugh.
Yeah, for me, it's actually more song. It depends how early in the night it is. There's songs that are like late in our stream. If someone requests like Whip It late or the Metro late or Skater Boy late in the stream, because those take like a lot of finger
Energy, yeah.
work and like
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. Favorite place you've played?
Maybe Las Vegas. We played
The Hard Rock
the
Cafe.
Hard Rock Cafe for part of Warped Tour. That was pretty amazing.
Oh, nice.
My favorite place is actually those house shows in Philadelphia.
Oh, the Cat Space. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that house isn't
Those
there
are fun.
anymore, but the house shows were my favorite.
Yeah, I love house shows.
If you could open a show for any artist, who would it be?
I like this question.
Like you would say Beck, right? Or...
Fuck that. Let's
Oh.
open for the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aim high.
Let's play in front of 100,000 people. I mean, like,
Yeah, I agree. Best stream upgrade you've made.
cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah, we bought two. We bought for this. It doesn't look great over Zoom, but we bought a Sony A6000 for our talk show.
Yeah, I
And
don't
then,
know why
we
it
bought-
doesn't look great on Zoom. I don't know. It's Zoom's
It's
problem
Zoom.
is
It's Zoom.
fucking
It's Zoom.
dude.
Yeah.
It's just
And in
Zoom.
our music stream, we bought like a used Lumix camera, like the one a couple streams uses.
Nice. Name a song to ban from history.
The Long and Winding Road.
Oh yeah. I don't like that American Pie song.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh God, I'm with you on that one. Bad American Pie.
Yeah.
Dave Grohl or Kurt Cobain.
Well, I mean, it's Kurt Cobain for me.
Yeah.
I mean, he's.
I'll say Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl for me too. What happens when the sun goes down?
I think that's a song reference.
This place
of ours.
blows up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Fine with that. Iron Man or Batman?
Batman.
Batman. I mean,
See, friends. Hot chocolate or hot cocoa?
I think I call it hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate.
Chocolate,
Get
yes.
some hot
yes.
chocolate, y'all full clamps.
Yes.
All right. Porsche 911 or 66 Pontiac GTO?
Oh, the 911 all day. for me, anyway.
No.
I'll say the other one.
No.
All right. Favorite
Do you want
plastic
a
toy?
performance automobile, or do you want like a buggy, a carriage and buggy with 100 horses that like you can't control?
No, but the 911 is so boring. That's my point. That's just what I'm saying. Like the Porsche 911 is so fucking boring.
Name another car with like body styling like that. At
All
prior
of
to the year
the
2000.
Italians. You don't need a German car for that. All of the Italians. Any Alfa Romeo, any Ferrari, any Lamborghini, anything that is Italian. Hello.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
So you're accusing the Germans of okay. I
Of
see.
bad
Okay.
design, yeah, because they're Germans. They are efficient, but they don't know what true beauty is, like the
They make
Italians.
Great transmissions and steering.
They do. I agree, but so do the Japanese. You know, so you have beautiful
Favorite
things.
plastic toy? It's a lightning round.
The rabbit. I don't know.
what?
What's your
No.
favorite plastic toy?
I'm not sure.
Got it.
Favorite plastic toy? They're laughing. Okay, next question. We already yes. Okay.
Absolute worst place you played.
Oh. We've had a few like really bad gigs back when we first started.
Actually,
especially.
one of the worst places we ever played. We played there 3 times. It's it's a friend of ours venue. He owns it. It's in upstate New York. I don't want to name
yeah.
it, but like
Yeah.
he does
It's a
this on
true dive-
purpose. Like it's a
dive
true dive
bar.
bar, and he keeps it a dive bar. But it's got like
the worst bathroom.
the worst.
ever,
Everything
like,
about it
The
is.
sound is.
Yeah.
But the crowds
Not
are always
okay.
great. The crowds
Yeah.
are great, but the
Yeah.
facilities are like just.
Yeah.
It's got a PA system that you wouldn't even put at a house show.
Really?
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
It's
no.
really bad. And for us, that's really bad because
Yeah.
we use backing tracks. So
Yeah,
Of
you
course,
need good sound.
of course.
Yeah. Ugh.
Armpit or elbow?
elbow, I guess.
I'm not sure where this is going.
Mr. Bean or Mr. Miyagi?
Oh, Mr. Miyagi.
Mr. Bean.
Oh.
Ooh, I have
like
a question.
this.
I have a question.
I like this one. Tea or coffee? Gotta do it
Coffee
better.
for me.
Tea for me.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Sarah.
PewDiePie or Mr. Beast?
I don't know who Mr. Beast is. Do you?
Well, yeah.
I'm out of
I guess
it.
Mr. Beast because he gives all of his money away. Like,
Oh, really?
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Theme park or arcades?
I like arcades.
I'm probably more a theme park person.
Yeah, I grew up in Aladdin's castles, so I'm down with that.
All right. I think that's MTV 1984 or MTV 2020.
84.
Yeah,
Duh.
is it MTV even a channel anymore?
Yeah, I know.
Is it really? No, there's only like. Is there even music on there? Isn't there only like fucking reality TV shows or something? Is that even?
I got, and then I got one more. I got 2 more. Name of your first stuffed animal or blanket as a kid.
Oh, that's a good one.
I can
think
remember
about
it,
that.
but I don't
Me
know
too,
if
I
I had a
remember what it
name
looks
for it.
like,
I remember it
yeah.
was like blue, like really fuzzy with that like the
Ribbon thing.
the thing around the outside of it that was like it's like shiny.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like anyway, it doesn't matter.
My favorite stuffed animal was this pink bear. I think it was supposed to be a polar bear, but I remember
was
I kept
pink?
it all the way until I was in in college, and my roommate kept calling it a pig, and I was really mad. Like, that's not a pig.
All right. Stones or Beatles?
Beatles.
And then lastly, Facts of Life or Golden Girls?
Oh, Golden Girls.
Yeah,
for me,
Golden Girls.
Golden Girls. Totally
Facts of
agree.
Life was
Totally
great.
agree.
You
Thank
take
you
the
guys
good,
so much.
You take the bad, you leave the rest, and then you have the facts of life. The facts of life. It's so hard to understand.
Oh, wow. He's got the whole thing.
Yeah,
He's
wow.
ready.
He's ready.
Than's for the lightning round chat. We appreciate that.
Yeah,
We always try to
thank
do
you.
that when we can, when we have good chat. Thank you guys. Any last questions we have for the plastics?
I don't have any last questions before the big time.
I have one more overtime question really quickly.
Okay, wait.
So explain.
Overtime.
All right, explain the Gary Newman thing. Why Gary Newman? And thank you, Infinite Orange,
Infinite
for those
Orange,
5
thank you
gift
so much
subs.
for the
Thank you
5
guys
gift
so much.
subs.
We appreciate that so much.
I would say if there's any musical artist that has more directly inspired us musically, but not necessarily lyrically, but from a music perspective, it's Gary Newman, and
Yeah,
like
he's
we
one
love
of our
that
idols.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've seen him live.
Do you still listen to Gary Newman? Because Gary Newman is still
do.
amazing.
Yeah.
like
his new stuff, yeah.
well, he went very hard goth industrial basically in the late '90s, and still does music like that, and I still think it's awesome. Still
So-
very on the cutting edge of electronica.
We saw him do like right before we moved from New York, he did 3 nights, and each night was one of his first 3 albums. And
Yeah.
we went to the Pleasure Principle, obviously the one with cars on it. But what was interesting about it was the production quality of the songs was like, it was like if 9 Inch Nails was doing Gary Newman covers.
Yes, and he plays with 9 Inch Nails all the time
Yeah.
too.
My theory all along has been that Gary Newman was trying to make music that the technology didn't exist for, and that that what you think of his sound of like cars, anyway, that he was ahead of his time. Like he was trying to make industrial music, but no one knew what that was.
And we're inspired by the fact that he is using a lot of synthesizers, but there's also like real bass and guitars, and there's like a more of edgy like rock element to it, and that's kind of like what we
And he's a freaking alien, like which is super cool.
He really is, yeah.
Yeah, we love him.
We love Gary Newman.
We love
Gary Newman. Well, you guys are amazing. Any
Yes.
last things you want to say to the
Any
audience?
last words that you want to
to
share with everybody? Anything that you want to say? Important things.
Just thank you to you two for having us, and for the chat, everybody in the chat for always being so supportive.
And if you're a streamer out there and you're just starting and you're finding trouble, getting started, like it may not work for everyone, but like stick with it and build a community. Don't just get on Twitch when you stream. Like we literally spend every night, hours a night, like supporting and following other streamers. And like, unless you're famous to begin with, like Questlove, you can just pop on and do your stream. But like, build a community, treat it like a local music scene, and support everyone else, and bring up everyone else. Like we have this whole raid strategy, we try like every three raids, we try 2 of them to be someone that's like lower that needs help, right? And then the third one, we'll try to raid someone bigger than us to try to get new followers. But like, just keep giving back and building.
Right.
Building.
Nice. I like that advice. I love that advice. GG.
Yes.
GG.
GGs,
Thank you so much, guys, for being on. You guys are fucking amazing.
Thank
I love you.
Thank you so much.
And you guys are adorable too. You guys are awesome. I mean, obviously you're amazing and talented, and just you guys also business savvy, which I love, by the way. Which is a thing that we all should have if we do a content creation, or any artistry full time. But you guys are awesome, and I think you're adorable too, and I love it. Thank you so much for being here, guys.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
guys
us.
so
Have a
much
good
for being here. We
night.
love you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yay, more cheers. More cheers.
Oh God. Yeah. So Silence. Tell me, how did you? You are a big fan of them. Tell me how.
I am a big fan of
Yeah,
them.
you are. So tell me, how was your little fangirl heart beating very fast?
No, I think one of the things about Twitch, and I'm sure a lot of you realize this, is like you kind of get to know people. I mean, unless somebody is playing a character or someone is really being outlandish or a certain way, you kind of get to know people, and they were exactly what I'd expect. They are very humble, very down to earth, talented, skilled at what they do, have a lot of life experience, and artists on top of it. They're doing something that's very unique. Obviously, it's very inspired by certain types of music and certain decades and that kind of thing, but at the same time, it's very unique. It's their own spin on that kind of thing, which it's exactly what I would have expected. And of course, I've always appreciated them for that. I know that everyone always likes to give me shit because I talk about having a founder's badge there, but
God,
I
shut the
do.
fuck up, Sarah.
That's why I talk about it, not
Fantastic
brag.
musicians,
Oh my God, Code Warrior, thank you so
work,
much.
fantastic
Yes,
show.
thank you so much, everybody. Got the word.
€20.
Thank you for the 20 euros. I would appreciate that. And as you guys know, these all of the income gets split between Silence and I, so we can afford to make this show. But thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
And afford to live these days. At this point.
Well,
it's very important for us to survive the apocalypse right now.
I mean, we all are. I know
Chad
Chad is in that too. Chad is in that too. I know a lot of you have been struggling too, either not having jobs anymore
sure.
or fucking the freelance jobs not being as well paid or as many anymore. Fucking stupid COVID, dude. Let's just hashtag fuck 2020 because that's a C. Miller song where I
don't hate
featured.
2020. I'm getting out of that. I think 2020. I know it's been very weird to say, but 2020 has been a fantastic year for me in a lot of ways. It's been a year of connecting with a lot of amazing people, making a lot of friends,
True.
meeting you, really getting to know, a lot and connect with a lot of great musicians. And I don't know. I think that, yes, it has sucked that I can't go outside, and it has sucked that it hurt me so much financially, and it did all those things. I agree. Let's rob a bank too. I totally agree with all that. But no, 2020 has actually been a really good year for me. So I'm grateful.
I think 2020 hasn't been that bad because 2020 has been the year of change, the year of a lot of changes in many industries. It has been the year of change, so big musicians come on Twitch, so smaller musicians also get a little bit more exposure because more people are coming on Twitch to see those things.
Fuck up, Sarah.
Thank you so much for the 20
Thank you so
euros.
much.
Thank you.
We
I
really
really
appreciate that.
that. Thank you, Sicko. And that is a good thing. For example, some people might disagree, but also it's a good year for changes like BLM, protests about those things, but also because I met the Silence Noise in a different way, so that's also exciting.
In a different way? What does that mean? I met him in a back alley. He was back there selling me. He was selling me some drugs, and I
was like, "Give me those drugs," and he was like, "Hey, girl, I'm gonna give you those drugs."
You know what the worst
in a
part
video
about
game,
me
obviously, Twitch.
is you would think, looking at me or watching my stream, that I would do a lot of drugs or I'd have a lot of experience with drugs. I have a lot of experience around other people doing drugs or being involved with drugs.
Yeah.
I have basically no experience around drugs.
Yeah.
My brain is just like this. So that's unfortunate for all of you who hang out here and watch my stream.
People say that all the time. I know a lot of people say about a lot of performers, especially on Twitch, and I'm pretty sure Fantastic Plastics get this a lot too, where people are like, "Are you on drugs? Are you high? What is happening?" Because anything high energy or anything that is a little out of the norm, people come always into chat and are like, "These people are fucking high. These people are high off their socks, dude." That's basically So I know a lot of streamers who get that. So if you're a little bit different, you're immediately high. That's just
if you're a little bit country, or you're a little bit rock and roll, or you constantly hear the Ghostbusters theme, then this is the show for you. All right.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, I'm the Silence Noise. Buy my EP. The new EP. We just had Bandcamp Friday yesterday. Thank you again. Some of you did pick up the EP yesterday. It makes a huge difference to me. I mean, obviously, the whole reason I do all this. Thank you, Infinite Orange, for that resubscription.
Fantastic for gifting that sub to Infinite Orange.
As every musician in here can attest, it makes such a huge difference to me to have people listening to the music and picking up the music. You can pick it up at silencenoise.com. You can listen to it on the streaming services. You can listen to it on YouTube. Or if you really want to support, you can subscribe to my channel, or you can buy the music on Bandcamp, or do both, whichever you like. And that makes a huge difference in my life and gets me groceries this month so I can, have food. I like food, guys. Thank you very much for all of your
support. Do you like
support.
to eat? That's interesting. I don't.
I like food.
I don't
food.
eat. I just.
That I thought good right now.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go meet you in a different way. Okay, so have fun with the rest of your show, and then I'll meet you in a different way later.
Yeah,
right?
in a different way, in the back alley. You'll meet me in the back alley. Let's.
All right.
Bye. Thank you so much for being here, Silence. Everybody, go follow the Silence Noise right the fuck now. Also, guys, next week, Music Exposed, same time as always, 5 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have Plastic Josh on, who rated today too. And thank you so much for that, by the way. And thank you for all the rate. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the bits, the donations, the gift subs. It really helps. Thank you. I really, really appreciate you guys for doing all of that. I won my $2 from the merch store. I'm so sorry. I really apologize. But listen, I don't have money myself. What is this? What did I just do? But yeah, this was an awesome, very wholesome and very just fun episode. I really enjoyed this, and I loved how just everything, again, just comes from full circle. And thank you so much for everybody for watching and just being here and just, supporting the show. Also, tomorrow is a very special stream for me, for example. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, same time, I'm having a collab with Jersh, who has been on this show before. And I'm very excited to do that with him.
Yeah,
and it's a music collab. Anonymous, thank you so much for the 100 bits. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And so Jersh 00 is his name, but Jershu. So Jersh is gonna be doing a little collab with me, a musical collab. It will be like 2 hours, and that's a very special stream to me. So I hope you guys tune in if you have time. If you don't, that's fine too, but I hope you do. Have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for being here, or a wonderful day wherever you are. And please stick around so we can give some impact to a music streamer and see who is streaming and give some love to people. Thank you so much again. Bye, guys. See you maybe tomorrow or next Saturday, like always. Bye.